going out with Monday night, but primetime games, we haven't won 4 or 6 primetime games we've played in and haven't won one since. It's been quite a while. So, I mean, we're going to have a lot to break down tonight if you really think about it, Pat.
Exactly. I'm looking at this. For some reason, my video is not showing on YouTube.
It just came through for me.
It did?
Yeah, I've got it.
Ethan, man, that's coming soon. I have to get to 1,000 subscribers in order to do a membership package, bro. But it's definitely coming when I get to 1,000 subscribers. I'd like to thank you for your support already in advance. But
yes,
there's some things that there's a saying going around that we're not doing as good as we're supposed to be doing because, hey, we're injured. So I would like to play this, Joe, and I want to get your thoughts on this, and then I'm gonna give a rebuttal or just add on to it if we agree. So let's get this going.
Okay. I got no sound.
The Titans have 20 players on players. An interesting stat has made its way onto the internet. The Titans have 20 players on IR right now. 20. Jesus. Okay. And I don't know what the baseline is for normal, but they have 20 guys on IR, which is the most in the NFL. And they've dressed over 80 players this season, which is the most in the NFL. 260 man games lost due to injury first. Okay. 260.
Oh, so that's if you count the games those 20 players on IR have missed.
Man games is a big hockey thing. That's like for every player, that's one game that's missed.
Like for the 20 guys that missed last week, that's 20 man games.
So right now, we're each having one man game.
Yeah.
In this show.
Yeah.
We're having a man show right now.
Right.
But if Ty was at and we were in and we finished the week he would have 4 man shows. We would have 5 man shows.
Yeah. Correct.
All right. Classic. Is NFL Reddit from Canada? Or is that why they're doing hockey
It
talk?
might be.
Could be.
Hey, shout out who? Hey, Paul, is that Gumpy running?
Yeah,
is Gumpy running the NFL Reddit Twitter?
The Ravens have that one time. Didn't they have a shitload?
This year.
Earlier in the season.
This season, yeah, they had like 5 running backs. Remember, but now Tennessee is way up. Tennessee is the most injured team in the NFL, and yet they're the AFC #1 seed. After playing the hardest strength of schedule, that shouldn't be possible. Is Vrabes the guy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Vrabes puts on the boxing gloves. He puts on the chest protector.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
He goes in there and battles with his team every single day. Smokes 75 cigarettes.
Yep.
Legend.
Drinks 45 bottles of whiskey.
Yeah.
Why?
And
Cans of chew.
Boom. At one time, he's talking top shelf, bottom shelf, and he's got the side doors covered.
Oh, yeah.
And he's running sprints with the team. And he's saying, I don't care who's hurt, who's playing. Whenever you get on his field, we're winning fucking games. The teams they have beat with the strength of schedule conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Bills, Chiefs.
Colts twice.
All right.
Rams beat the shit out of them.
Okay, I mean, I understand what you just said. That was before Jonathan Taylor became a guy.
True.
Right?
Come on.
But you're right. Did beat a red hot Colts team right now. Beat the Rams. That team, is it sustainable? That's such a negative way to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Such a negative way to look at it. I feel like an asshole even thinking it. But look at how many players they have hurt. In the NFL, people are going to get injured. This is just how it goes. That's why you see a lot of teams loading up in positions that whenever somebody gets hurt in a prime time or a big game or late in the season, they end up being fucked because they got to change their offense because they didn't have this weapon or that running back or this. They're loading up in different positions because one injury can completely kill your offense in the most important times. Them just being able to cycle through, next man up, how you doing, keep it moving, and still win. Adrian Peterson is their running back, but they completely changed their offense after Derrick Henry got injured.
Yeah.
Although All Day is back there, and All Day is a stud, a legend, everything like that, and still a threat so Tannehill can do a play action. They have changed their offense. He's not 85% of the offense like Derrick Henry was.
No.
They've adjusted. All these different players. What's your strength? How can we do this? What can we make this better? How do we make a defense that has a guy who's coming in on a Thursday, buy in and be able to play on a Sunday for the #1 team in the AFC? I think that should be applauded with old Vrabes now.
Now, after seeing that, Joe, We're going to have to play your segment one more time. After seeing that, give me your classified analysis of what you just saw.
The biggest thing that I can point out right there is you're looking at a coaching staff and players that are working together. It's, when you get that many injuries, what he was talking about, you have guys that are stepping up, maybe helping the younger players. You have a coaching staff that's working together, getting these guys ready, like he just said, hire on a Thursday, play on a Sunday. They're not making things overly complicated. They're right now, they're getting to the bottom of their depth. So the point that I always brought up about having depth is a huge compliment to a team, and it is. But right now, with the numbers he just threw right there, he's gotten past his depth. He's gotten, he's got second and third stringers hurt. They just went and got Adrian Peterson off the couch. The guy had a touchdown. He's absolutely right. These other teams right now, there's just no excuse for injuries. If you've got a coach doing that with his staff and the players buying in and everybody's working together and guys are helping each other on the sidelines, if they're injured, you've got to assume they're still in the building. They're teaching these guys these things too. They're just open communications. There's open lines of respect, and there's an open line to the coach's door. And if there's any questions, concerns, it's something that's discussed, and these guys are just going out and playing ball. That's what I'm going to take away from that right now.
I missed all of that. Sorry. I had a serious situation, but everything's good. So.
Oh, yeah. I hope everything's good, Lou.
Well, no, because it seems like every time it's on Pat's channel, I'm late. So.
Oh, you're fine. Family first.
Yep, always family first. Take care of your family first. I don't care what I got going on, bro. If you got some family emergency, anything, this doesn't matter.
No, I understand that, but I like to keep my word too.
Hey.
Yeah, you're here.
That's something that's forgotten.
You're here. You showed up
in this age.
But yeah, just off what I played, Lou, is the Tennessee Titans have 20 players on injured reserve. They've a total of 269 games of players missing games. So that's a cumulative of all the games that the 20 players have missed. We as New York Giants fans always bring that up. Hey, we're injured. We have main people missing. We
trash.
happening as injuries.
We've been rebuilding for the last 3 years, 4 seasons. So I mean, people who make that excuse just lying to themselves. We know we trash and we trying to get better.
So that's what I play for the people that's using injuries as an excuse for our poor play. The Tennessee
this trash
Titans
is going 11-6 though.
Hey, I hope
love you, Pat.
But
I do too. I do too.
This Tennessee Titans team is number 1 in the AFC, number 1 seed in the AFC with the toughest schedule in the league. They've beaten 6 playoff teams so far this year?
The Bills, the Ravens, the Rams,
the
Chiefs.
Yeah, and
shout out to Young Dolph's family. Rest in peace. Young Dolph just died today in Tennessee.
Crazy stuff always happens. I think it was outside of Family Dollar. That's ridiculous. But Derrick Henry, the number 1 back in the NFL, hands down, has been injured, the past 4 or 5 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Their coach, Mike Vrabel, their offensive staff had to change their whole offense because as a legend that Adrian Peterson is, he's not on Derrick Henry's level right now.
No,
he's older
hell
now.
No.
And they're still running the offense through Tannehill, and they had to change their whole offensive game plan because I believe Derrick Henry was about 60 to 65% of their offense. I may be wrong, but I believe it's somewhere in that area. He has to be. Screens,
it was up there.
Runs. So there's no excuse just because we have somebody like Saquon Barkley or Andrew Thomas, Shepard's been hurt, Galladay's been hurt. I get that. But there's a team that's number one in their division, where their conference, not just their division, their conference, and had a way tougher schedule than we played. The number one toughest schedule in the NFL based off records of the teams they played, and they're number one in their conference. So I just want to say there's no excuse to say for injuries, and I'm not blaming the players.
Wait. Who's in Tennessee's conference?
The Colts,
who's in the Titans?
500. The Colts, who are 500, the Jaguars, and the Texans.
Okay.
Now their division is pretty weak, but you can't say they've been playing weak teams because they got the toughest schedule in the NFL.
No, I'm not arguing with you. I just couldn't remember what division they was in.
So they've overcome injuries, and that's what real teams, good teams do. They overcome injuries. Go ahead, Joe.
Just to add on to that, Pat, remember we were talking this spring and we said the Titans defense was crap.
I remember when the Arizona Cardinals was in our division. Yeah. So, it's hard to keep up with all these new changes and shit.
We said that the Titans defense had no corners, their safeties were garbage, they have no pass rusher, they have nothing on defense. They're just going to be like the worst defense in the NFL, and look at how these guys are stepping up, man. We all broke that team down.
Tennessee's balling, bro.
Yeah, with all that said, what does that say about us? What does that say about the depth on our team? Because that's depth. That's depth on the team.
We listen, me, you, and Joe know that we don't have no damn depth.
Right.
That our depth ain't even the quality of depth that we would like to have as a second string. Our depth consists of Mr. Irrelevance and 7th round picks and undrafted free agents. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the draft has not produced what we as fans hoped for, and probably what Gettleman and Judge hoped for neither. You see what I'm saying? But
just to add on to that real quick, Lou.
You got 53 men in that locker room. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Just real quick, Lou, to add on to your point, look at Sterling Shepard's the only guy on this team that we've drafted and offered a second contract to.
Damn, I ain't even think about that. That's right.
Yeah, it is. He's the only guy we've offered a second contract to.
I was on another stream last night, and I threw that out there, and I just blew some Eagles content creators' minds away. They're like, oh, my God, you're right. I can't remember. That Sterling Shepard's our depth.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. And it's like, at the end of the day, though, you have 53 men who are getting paid to play.
Yes.
And as a man with pride, I don't get paid millions of dollars to play a game that I love. I love this game. I make content about this damn game. You know what I'm saying? But I bust my ass at a job that I somewhat like. You know what I'm saying? And I go in there and I give it 100 every day. So there's no excuse for whether you're a 7th round pick, 1st round pick, undrafted free agent. You're getting thousands, maybe millions of dollars to play this fucking game. If your number is called off the bench, you're expected to get out there and give it your all.
And Eddie Buckets is really true with that statement.
Then be honest with your teammates and tell them where you're freaking weak so they can cover your weak side when you're on the field. We're men. Some of us have too much pride and we won't say, hey, I'm struggling in this area. If this play happens, hold me down. That's what a team is about. Some of these guys got to put their ego and their pride aside and play.
Yeah. And Jaden, that's what Lou's rant's going off of right now. You're right. There is no excuse for the guys that we have on this team that can't step up. And Eddie Buckets has a great comment there, Lou, or Pat.
Colin
Johnson, he's like, goes back to Inept Reese.
Yeah, it goes back
Colin
to
Johnson, you see.
You going in and out, Lou. Well, when we get Lou back. But I just want to pick it back off you guys. Now, another thing I want to say, Who do we look at because of the situation that we're in and how poor we playing because of injuries? Who do we look at? Do we look at Joe Judge? Do we look at Jason Garrett?
Everybody, every coach, every player. And as much as I like Joe Judge, he pisses me off sometimes. As much as I dislike Jason Garrett, sometimes he surprises me. So it's blame for everybody. We can't, as a fan, we want to protect the person we like and blame the person that we don't like. But as a realistic adult, everybody's fucking up. Because if you know the weaknesses on your team, then you need to coach them to their strengths and shield their weaknesses as a coach. And if you're a player and you know your weaknesses, you need to be vocal and make that known to the team so that they can cover your weaknesses just as well as you're expected to cover their weak side on where they're weak. That's why it's the ultimate team sport. But with that being said, even though we sitting here and I'm sitting here pinpointing all the fuckery that's making us be trash right now, I'm still back on my bullshit. We win the next 8 and we go 11-6.
But that just speaks to the way we have been drafting over the past 10 years?
10 years.
About 10 years since 2011.
And as much as we blame Gettleman, he ain't been here 10 years.
Right.
Like
Gettleman's been here 4 years? Since 2017, I believe. 2017 or 2016. I believe he's been here since 2017. Nate, if you want to come on the channel, I'll put the link in the chat. We had to hold this whole organization accountable. I'm glad Lou said that. I'm glad we're not trying to just pinpoint one person and just being, beetle-headed because
we gotta be real with ourselves.
Yeah, you gotta be real about the situation.
I agree, guys.
I know we love the Giants, and I know we have our picks and chooses, but you gotta be real about this shit, man. That's an organization.
Saying 11-6. That's as real as it gets, my nigga. It's gonna be 11-6. You gotta believe it. You gotta will it into existence. You gotta numero horingekyo.
And Pat, that's the biggest reason why I want to roll this whole coaching staff and Gettleman for another year, because it looks like right now, the last 2 years, we got guys that we would be willingly to offer a second contract to.
Andrew Thomas, if he can stay without getting injured, definitely.
Yes.
If Nick Gates comes back and he's willing to ball out, I would love to have him back.
Yep. I mean, for a swing tackle, a backup, I'd give him a little bit of money. I mean, $2-3 million a year?
As much as I love
Sterling
Shepard, I wouldn't mind trading him.
Right, but
we're not going to get any value for Sterling Shepard.
That's all right.
But Roche was looking good. Ojulari's looking good. I mean,
shout out to Tudo.
Tomlinson. I mean, we're starting to acquire that depth. We're starting to look at this. That's why I want to bring Barkley back. Look, I get it. Everybody thinks that Barkley back. Exactly.
Barkley back.
Exactly.
This dude is the biggest cheerleader.
Hold. You do know the only way that we bring Barkley back on a second contract is if we make him probably one of the highest paid running backs in the league. Now, considering his whole career with the Giants, consider his whole career with the Giants. Are you willing to give this man $15 to $16 million a year?
I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to tell you why. Because as much as we say Daniel Jones needs time to be really assessed, because we've cheated him. We haven't had the pieces around him. We haven't had an offensive line around him to protect him. Look what Saquon did with this shitty offensive line that we've had. Barring the injuries, look what he's been able to do when healthy with this shitty O-line. Now, if you fix the offensive line, that immediately makes this team a contender. Because we already have stud athletes on offense. Kadarius Toney, Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones, if given enough time to make his reads. So if we fix that O-line and we've traded Barkley somewhere, that's just going to come back to bite us in the ass. Whereas if we fix this O-line and we have Saquon Barkley, that's going to bite 31 other teams in the ass. That's like selling a gun to a stranger.
My bad.
And then he come back and rob you with that gun. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping my gun. I'm keeping Saquon Barkley, and I'm fixing this offensive line because I would hate to be on the tackling end of that and him running all over us for 200 yards a game.
You know what, Lou? I like that. You're absolutely right. We really have not evaluated Barkley to his potential, have we? Because, yeah, he did get hurt, but I don't think Barkley's going to get 15. He might take 12 or 13.
Because he's humble. He know he's been hurt.
Right.
Bull. That's bull. He's not going to take less.
Yeah, dude, New York City, the advertisements that man gets right now, Gillette's giving him freaking millions of dollars.
He saw what happened to Odell. He was there. Remember, he was there with Odell Beckham. He saw what happened. He like, shit, let me be humble.
All right.
Be humble. Sit down.
You guys got everything out?
Be humble.
You got everything out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it my turn?
Yes, sir.
That's bull. He's not going to take less than what he feels that he's worth. I'm sorry. He's just not. There's plenty of players that's getting millions and millions on top of millions outside of the NFL as far as endorsements, and they're not taking a pay cut for anybody. He's an extremely good talent.
Then there's the Tom Brady's of the world to take pay cuts for their players. There's the Eli Mannings who take pay cuts for their players. If he wants to be a part of something special and his goal is to get a Lombardi and a ring, he might be willing to take a little less. If he believes in Joe Judge as much as he says he did when he came out and defended him.
Oh, no. Okay. This guy here, okay.
Oh, Bobby. Oh, Bobby.
See what he owns, because he done switched up on us, but it's cool. Hey, but listen. Tom Brady is different. I miss that dude, man. Charlie Murphy.
I know. Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, right. Tom Brady is different. First and foremost, Tom Brady is the face of the NFL, and he's been the face of the NFL since that third Super Bowl. I say he's been the face of the NFL. No contest. Even when Peyton Manning was still playing, he was the face of the NFL. His wife is the face of modeling. They're not worried about no damn money. And I guarantee you, this is just me. I believe Robert Kraft is taking care of him for taking those pay cuts outside of the NFL contract.
Well, because it brought Robert Kraft mad money with all them Lombardis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I know Tom Brady has been taking
it would behoove him to do so. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I keep taking pay because you're taking care of me outside of the Patriots organization. I keep taking pay cuts. Eli Manning, his whole family is one of the first families of football. Those guys get so much money off the field is ridiculous. Cooper Manning has his own show and he ain't played a down in the NFL, and he's on commercials and things like that. Guys like that are not worried about no damn money.
His son is about to make major waves in the NFL.
Right. People like the Mannings and Tom Brady is about legacy.
So what makes you so sure that Barkley's not about legacy?
Wait, let me get into it. Guys like Eli Manning and Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, is about legacy. They've been taken care of before they got into the NFL. Tom Brady's dad and them, they were pretty good, well off before he got into the NFL. But when he got into the NFL and he became the face, he didn't have to worry about money no more. Eli Manning and them, they don't have to worry about no damn money. Archie Manning's Johnson should be bronze. They're going to be Mannings going through the NFL. As long as those dudes keep having babies, there's going to be a Manning in the NFL. Their legacy is straight, so they can take pay cuts. Saquon Barkley got it out the mud, went to Penn State, became the number 2 draft pick, made a little bit of money off his rookie contract. You don't think that man's going to want to get as much as he can?
Of course.
For his first big contract, and you really think he's going to take a pay cut for us?
But I don't think
winner. We're not a winner.
I don't think they're gonna offer him a pay cut, and I don't think he wants to go anywhere else. Remember, he's from the Bronx, moved out to Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, bro, Saquon's a Giant for life.
He may be a Giant for life, but I don't see. And then that $16 million that we give him, we can actually use that to get some veterans on his offensive line. And when you got a good offensive line, you don't need
two first-round draft picks to get an offensive line.
That's the thing. See, that's the thing that everybody keeps saying. We want to depend on these rookies like they're coming in like 10-year vets and they know the game completely. Saquon Barkley is not going to have 2 to 3 years after this first contract that he gets because he has an injury history. He has an ACL.
Okay, but we just had a whole conversation about how we want our depth to come in there and play like first team reps. If we expect our depth to come off the bench and ball out, then we expect our first round picks to come out of college and ball out.
But you want your depth to be veterans and guys that are coming off rookie contracts to earn second contracts with you, and that's how you build depth. You see what I'm saying? We don't have anybody in front of these rookies. We're expecting these rookies to come in and just ball out. And I will say, if we get a combination of a Linderbaum and an Evan Neal or another right tackle, I think those guys will do just fine. I know that's going to be a rebuttal. I think those guys will do just fine, and they come in here as rookies.
Listen, I'd be happy with them too, and I guarantee you, Barkley would be happy with them. And so would Daniel Jones.
And then
once Daniel Jones has time, then you have to worry about so much more. See, we teams are playing us simple because they know our line sucks. So Daniel don't have time to throw the deep ball. And they ain't really blocking too good for the running, except for the past 2 games where we've been over to open up the run. But prior to that, we ain't been able to run. Once this O-line is solidified, now defenses have to worry about the RPO, Kadarius Toney, Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? It can't just zero blitz us all fucking day or pull stunts and twist on us all day. Because now they have to worry about Kadarius Toney, Kenny Galladay, Sterling Shepard, Dropsy Slayton, and Evan Ingram. So they can't just zero blitz.
I'll say this. Do you have the confidence in Jason Garrett to get that done? I read an article.
He'll be here next year.
You and me both have been saying all year he won't be here.
I read an article that Kyle Rudolph came out and said that during one game, he said they ran the same offensive play 30 times in one game.
You know how I feel about Jason Garrett. I never wanted him here.
That's his last year under contract this year.
Alex, what's going on? Alex, Hit Squad, what's going on? So I want Barkley here. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that we got to get rid of Barkley.
No, I know what you mean.
But I'm saying, look, is he
worth that money right now with the cap hell that we're in and the situation that our team is in? I get what you're saying.
And we're not in cap hell. I mean, we're really not in cap hell. We can release some players, but do you want that money that we do release those players to be put towards Saquon Barkley? That's going to take about 60% of it.
Well, I mean, look, most of the time when you hit free agency, you overpay. And the talent that you bring to the team ain't really living up to what you're paying them. So at least with the draft, you're not paying as much and you can develop these guys. And at the very least, you can trade them and still get value for them because they were high draft picks. Whereas opposed to you overpay a guy, he's a damn bust, and you got him on the field for 3 years. You see what I'm saying?
Alex, I don't think Mara's letting Judge fire Jason Garrett, to tell you the God's honest truth.
Right.
I think he wants to.
So do you believe that with our draft class coming up, we could just go into next season, pay people like Saquon Barkley, maybe bring back Evan Ingram,
Remember, we have to release some players in order to give Barkley that contract, and then we can possibly bring in 1 or 2 free agents. But I would rather have good, solid, freaking strong drafting. These guys should have been scouting since the pandemic for next year's draft.
I understand. I understand now. That's what I'm getting to. You're comfortable with us going into the offseason, after we release the players that we can release to bring in some money, to give Saquon Barkley his money. A lot of people want Peppers back, so you have to give him about $4 to $5 million. I think they're going to bring Evan Ingram back. A lot of Giants fans in the organization actually. A lot of Giants fans in the organization actually likes bringing back Peppers. And if Joe Judge has his way, I think Peppers is a Giant next year. I truly believe so. I mean,
don't get me wrong. I got nothing against him. I like him. But if we can have Xavier McKinney fill that role and play it the same, if not slightly better, for less money.
No, Xavier McKinney is our deep safety. He's the safety that covers the field. You can have Julian Love play that role. You can have Aaron Robinson play that role.
Facts. Aaron Robinson's a beast.
But a lot of people want Peppers back. If Joe Judge has his way, I think Evan Ingram is back. So if we bring these certain players back, and we have to waste a lot of that cap room in bringing those guys back, so we may be able to get one better.
We get rid of Sterling Shepard.
What's up, brother?
Do you have what's going on, Miz? Do you have confidence in a rookie class coming in and fill in that depth that we truly need? Do you have confidence in the whole rookie class being able to be that depth for this team? I'm gonna ask the whole panel. I'm gonna go with Classified Joe first. Are you comfortable with that?
Bringing in 2 first-round draft pick linemen? Hell yeah.
I'm just talking about just depth in general and the whole team. This whole team needs depth, Joe.
Yeah, it does.
This rookie class can fill that role.
The first and second round picks, I would be very comfortable with getting 3 positions there. Okay. But yeah, you're right. We do need to look into some free agency. This whole team's going to be a whole different team next year because I can see like 8 or 10 guys not coming back.
Right. And what I was saying, and just to clarify, because I don't want Pat to misunderstand what I'm saying, I know we're going to have some free agents that are veterans. I understand that because we have a very young team and we need some veteran leaders that know what needs to be done in certain situations in situational football. But at the same time, we don't have the funds for all that neither. And I don't want to go overpaying guys in free agency to come over here and not produce. We've seen how that works out. Nate Solder. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I would rather spend less and get fresh young talent that we can develop than overpay somebody that's going to be a bust. I know we're going to have to bring in some free agents. I just don't want it to be predominantly overpaying free agents and getting rid of our draft capital and somebody else draft the guys we could have drafted and they be fucking studs. I'm tired of seeing that shit happen.
Yeah, I'm just saying, look, at key positions, we don't have good veteran leadership at key positions. At left tackle, Andrew Thomas was playing well before the injury. He's only a second-year player. Hurt at right tackle, only a second-year player. Shane Lemieux was going to be our top guard before he got hurt. Second-year player. Gates, I think, is a 5-year veteran. Cool. He's a very good leader for this team when he was healthy.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt. 1 second. Listen to what you just said. Andrew Thomas, second-year player. Pert, second-year player. Lemieux, second-year player. Barkley's only a 4th-year player. Daniel Jones is only a 3rd-year player. Like, we have not given Daniel Jones or Saquon Barkley a solid line their whole career here. So I'm not willing to get rid of them yet until I can see what they can do with a full, functioning, dependable offensive line.
That's true. I'm not wanting to get rid of either one of them, but it's a business as well. Because Daniel Jones' contract is coming up and Barkley's contract is coming up.
Right.
One after each other. When Daniel Jones' contract comes up, we don't make the playoffs within the next 2 years. Are you going to get Daniel Jones between 35 to 40 million?
No. Hell to the no. To the no.
You see what I'm saying? So,
yo, Pat.
Bobby, what's
Yo,
going
Pat.
on? You've been tripping lately, homeboy.
What's up,
going
man?
on?
Nah, man, I'm
What's
just
going on,
chilling.
Bobby?
Joel.
Oh,
Joel,
God.
that's my dog.
Yes.
What up, man?
Not much. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Beautiful. Glad to
I was
hear
just
it.
coming in, chill with you guys. I'm not going to be too much of an asshole.
I hope not, because I
What
got
you
the
mean not
charge
too
out
much?
here.
You're a
Me.
total asshole. What do you mean? You're an asshole, bro. You're hurt.
What's that, Pat?
Go back to the Philly chat room, bro. You don't belong here, guy. And you couldn't hang with me in your best fucking day. You couldn't hang with me. You got me? You couldn't hang with me on your best day, bro. Don't come in here talking shit, because you'll lose. Trust me.
Really? To you?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Can somebody like you? I don't think so.
Yo, your egos suck, bro. You seen one ring in your life. It's pathetic. You're a trash can team from a white trash city. Straight up.
Oh, are you mad? Are you mad, bro?
I feel great, my man. I seen 4 Super Bowls. I went to 2 parades. Yo, shine my fucking Lombardis. All 4 of them, my man. Shine all 4 of them.
How's that working out for you lately?
Yeah, how's your boy Hurts looking? You got yourselves a bona fide backup.
He's better than Daniel Jones.
Yeah, you wish, bro. You wish.
Look at the numbers.
Yeah,
the numbers don't lie.
You waited
People
9
do.
fucking weeks to talk about
Look at the
You
numbers.
waited 9 weeks, bro. 9
Look
weeks.
at the numbers.
You're pathetic.
Hey,
man.
miss.
You're a
Hey,
pathetic
miss.
Eagle
Hey, miss.
fan, bro.
Hey, miss. Hey, miss. I don't know what your problem is with me.
Bro, you
but
talk
you need
too
to chill,
much shit,
dude.
bro. You come into chat rooms to talk shit. If you came in to just talk football, it would be cool.
I'm friends. Dude, I'm friends with everybody. What are you talking about?
Bro, I see
Joel,
you in other chats,
Pat?
bro. All you do is want to troll, bro, which is fine.
Fuck you. I don't have to answer to you. Who are you?
Bro, you're going to hear. I'm the fucking Miz, bro, and you're going to hear from me. That's how it goes.
I don't give a fuck who you are.
You're going to hear
the
from
Miz,
me.
The Wiz,
and you couldn't fucking hang with me on your best day, bro.
You ain't
on your
shit,
best day
dude.
and my
You
worst
ain't shit
night,
in my
I
world.
would fucking lay you out cold, my man.
You wish you would. You wish you would.
All right, look.
You wish.
At major positions, we have 2-year to 3-year guys at major positions. We got Tay Crowder starting at middle linebacker. What does this take? Is this Tay Crowder's second or third year?
Tay Crowder's third, I believe.
Is it Tay Crowder's third year or second?
What did I do?
What
Pat.
next year? Next year be third year.
Wait. Pat.
Hold on, Bobby.
Tay Crowder
Bobby.
came in last year. He's filling in for Blake Martinez now. This is his second season.
Yeah, second season. Okay, so look, that's what I'm saying. Our main people are already young. So are you guys comfortable next year going in for our depth pieces to be rookies? That's the question I want answered right there. And I'm gonna start with Joe. If we go into next season and maybe getting one veteran coming back, if we have to pay Saquon Barkley his money, are you comfortable with rookies being our depth next year?
Well, there again, this team is. I said that next year, our team's going to be 8-8. We're still missing a lot of depth. We're still missing a lot of pieces. One draft that next year is not going to fix everything.
No, of course not.
So if we can, there's no middle linebackers really coming out in the draft this year.
But with 10 draft picks, it should be able to alleviate a lot of that pressure if drafting correctly.
That's the key right there. The coaching staff.
How about drafting like heavy O-line, right? And at worst, you could franchise
Jeff.
Good evening.
Tag Saquon. You know what I'm saying?
And that's still
maybe franchise tag Saquon to see if he can stay healthy for one more year. Because the dude is obviously an elite running back. I'm not going to even say he's not. But draft heavy O-line and franchise tag Saquon for 1 year and see what happens.
Go ahead, Joe.
And you know what? And that's funny because I actually agree with that statement, which is weird coming from an Eagles fan, but that's logical. If Saquon Barkley has a problem with that, then that's on him. Because look, you've missed a whole season and then you missed multiple games in this season. So we're gonna franchise tag you. If you can stay healthy, we're gonna draft heavy O-line to give you some protection and some blocking.
There ain't
and you
nothing
gotta
wrong
show
with
us
that.
that you can stay healthy. So we're gonna work you on a franchise tag this year. That
What's
should be
wrong
no
with that?
problem.
What's wrong with that? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, when you draft the guy fourth, he was the fourth pick overall, right?
Second.
I feel like I just came into like a Royal Rumble or something coming on.
No, he was the second.
What up,
he was
Jeff?
the second overall pick.
Nothing
which
much.
is why
How you doing,
everybody
Bobby?
gave him
What up,
slack
Jeff?
because they thought we was
Say
gonna
hi,
get a
man.
quarterback at number 2.
How you doing, Bobby?
But we got a running back at number 2.
But
Daniel
what I'm
Jones
saying
was
is,
sixth
you got
overall.
a lot invested. You got a lot invested in Saquon, right?
Right.
So, I would just franchise tag him, right? And then go heavy O-line, because you're never going to know what you got until you got a steady O-line.
No.
And that's exactly what I said in the beginning of this whole conversation. I said, just like we haven't given Daniel Jones a fair assessment because we haven't given him a decent O-line, the same thing could be said for Saquon Barkley because neither one of them have had a decent offensive line since they came into the NFL.
I think the first time I talked to you, what's your name, bro?
G Nation, Lou.
G Nation. I think it's the first time I talked to him because, Joe, you know that one of my biggest things was, how could you not, build up and invest in your O-line when it was 31st in the league? It's like, how can your quarterback be great? How can Saquon come back from a knee injury and be great if you have no O-line? Now, right before the season, Gettleman was scrambling, and he's pulling guys off like, rosters and practice squads and fucking third round trades. I mean, it was desperation mode.
I've
Desperation mode.
more
Ben
times
Bredesen.
than I care to repeat.
Billy Price, Ben Bredesen.
Right. You got to build your line, man.
And
Billy
got to just build your line.
All right, look. This O-line is going to be, I want to say, half decent next year. Just depends on a couple of things. I do believe if Nick Gates comes back to health and Isaiah Wilson keeps progressing the way he is, I'm actually on the train with Joe, with Miz and Joe. I think that guy's going to play this year.
He's playing this week, Monday night.
He's not playing this week.
He's playing Monday night.
Week.
Keep your eyes open.
But I do believe within the next couple of weeks he'll be playing.
Can I ask a question? I got a question. If you keep doing the wrong thing and it keeps working out bad, right? You gotta do something else. Quit beating your head against the wall, dude. It ain't working.
Yeah.
You guys hope. No, listen, here's what happened. You guys were hoping for improvement off a 31st ranked O-line, and you were hoping these young guys were going to get better. Guess what? They didn't, and then some of them got hurt. I mean, unfortunately, injuries are what they are, right? But they didn't get better. Dude, Slater. If you guys drafted Slater, I'd be jealous. Slater would have been a beast. He is a beast.
Yeah, but I like the trade down that we had too.
Dude.
I do like
Exactly.
the trade down.
I think we're just fine. People just got injured as far as the O-line, and we didn't get a chance to see that
Keep
young
saying
guys
that.
play together.
See, you sound like Pat. Can I tell you something, man? You sound like Dave Gettleman. You just got injured.
Yo, man. So we're gonna get back to it.
Man.
I'm so happy I came at this time.
Yo, so
you made me choke on my bullhead.
I was not expecting that, Pat. I expect you to do that.
I had to do it, man.
All right.
Can't keep interrupting me. We can't even make points. The point I was trying to make is he actually is right on that point that we depended on some younger old linemen coming in and it didn't pan out. Now the point I was trying to make
that was fucking
before I kept getting rudely interrupted. I told him you're gonna have to chill out. I don't know, you done switched up for some reason. I don't know if you're coming on drunk or whatever.
Riggs.
But, yeah.
I'm sorry, Pat. My chest hurts.
Only Eagles fan that got clapped like that in here is Slay, because Slay's been here from the beginning. But real talk, our offensive line will be okay next year if Gates comes back healthy. If Gates comes back healthy and Isaiah Wilson keeps progressing the way that he is, I think we actually got both our guards, to be honest with you. Because they're planning on playing him at guard, not at right tackle. They're planning on playing him at guard. So that's why I said I don't think he's going to play this week, Lou, because they want him to play at guard. I think he plays within the next couple of weeks, though, because if he went from 400 to 321 in about, 4 weeks?
He wasn't
that's
400.
Determination.
He was 350.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That dude was 400 pounds when he tried to get on teams about 7 to 8 weeks ago. Now, he may have been 350 when he came to us, but that guy lost weight before he came to us, so that's still progress. So if that man went from over 400 pounds to 321 within, 3 months, 3-4 months, that's amazing. And that's hard work. So if he's that determined to lose the weight, I guarantee you, if he gets put on that field, I think he's going to knock somebody on their ass, man. And Joe, I hope you ain't uncomfortable. I know that's your friend.
Nope.
But he was starting to piss me off.
Nope.
Man.
Your channel, my guy. Your channel.
So
you ain't going to upset me.
That shit was beautiful, my nigga. I wish I had a symphony to play when that shit happened.
I just got here and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on here? It's like a rumble here.
I'm gonna go through this one more time for everybody. We had a really decent offensive line the second week. Gates went down. All right. Now Solder wasn't the greatest in the world, but we were seeing improvement a little bit in the play. If we look at that Saints game, Daniel Jones had all the time in the pocket in the world that he wanted that game. That's why we did so well, and that's why we beat the Saints.
Hold on, Joe. I did do that. When he said I sound like Gettleman, I said, what? Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Look, the injuries just hit too quick. We brought in Sakura and Price to be on the practice squad, to be our depth, to get them 7, 8, 9 weeks of practice squad time. Then they were involved with the system. The coaches had time to work with them, get them better prepared. That game plan went out the window when Gates got hurt. Lemieux went down, when everything happened. And then Thomas went down. So now we've got our right tackle playing left tackle, who's a second-year guy. Look, it just did not come together. However, everyone liked the draft. You all watched Tony play. You love the pick. You like Azeez Ojulari. He was in the second. We traded up into the third. We got a corner. The fourth round, we got another pass rusher who we haven't seen. We got a running back in that draft that we haven't seen that we want to see. We all want to see him get a few carries. Look, who are you going to give up in the draft to get a lineman, whether it's the second, the third, the fourth round? That's the problem. All right. We needed weapons. We needed depth. We got best player available in that draft. We got the best player in Tony. We got a future first. We got a future with that. And in the second round, we traded down and still got everybody's guy, Azeez Ojulari. And then in the third round, that cornerback is going to be really good. So he might be able to replace Bradbury next year. You know, multi-positional, multi-talented, young, cheap. That's what you need on your team. When you can get third and fourth round picks to hit, that's your value picks right there. They don't always work because we know the first round pick is a 50-50. The second round pick is a 20% chance. The third round pick is a 12% chance. It just drops dramatically off the scale.
Yeah.
So that's what they tried to do to build the offensive line.
Ain't no Eagle fan gonna shit on my carpet, baby.
Hey, I got a new nickname for Nate Solder. It's IHOP.
Yeah.
International House of Pancakes, because his ass stay getting pancake.
Nate
I got a nickname for Bobby. Hop off my nuts.
Oh, Nate Solder's about as useless as a no-armed man
out.
watching a porno video by himself, okay? That's
Stop
about
letting
what
that
Nate
guy in the
Solder
chat, bro. I warned you guys. You guys ain't listening to me. I told you last time. He only comes in giant chats to fuck around and troll and piss everybody off. I told you this. He's not coming in to have a real conversation. If he was, I wouldn't come at him like that. I've seen him do it to Entertainer. I've seen him do it to Bad Dog. He does it to all the Giants. The guy goes to sleep at night and dreams about Giant fans. He's obsessed with us.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's not a bad guy.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Yeah, but he don't come in. He don't come at it the right way, Joel. He doesn't.
He comes on my streams. He's all right.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was actually pretty cool on Joe's stream.
I welcome him on my stream. Tell him to come to my stream. Come.
But I'm off that. I don't need that bad juju on this stream. Enough of Mr. Bobby Murphy tonight.
Right.
Hopefully the next time he comes, we can have a silver conversation without being cut off. And Miz, I got to tone your bark down a little bit. I got to tone Miz bark down a little bit. Miz ready to bite everybody.
I'm not gonna come in if he's in there. I don't care. So or else I'm coming at him. So if you don't want it, I won't be in there. That's all.
I apologize.
I'm gonna be on the stream.
I apologize. I was just coming back from doing a show, and I'm like, wow.
Who the hell
I just come in. I'm like, I see Miz.
Yeah, you're not gonna be not welcome because of a Philadelphia fan.
No,
Fuck that shit.
No. I don't mind if he comes in if we talk about football. But I've seen what he does in other places and what he did last time. I know what he's up to. I know what he's doing.
The last time he came on the stream, he wanted to talk shit about Darius Toney versus Devontae Smith. That didn't make any sense.
I know you don't love me
situation.
because you act like a bitch when a stream is round. I know you don't love me.
Not tonight, Bobby. Not tonight. It's bad juju with you on the stream tonight. Next time we can have a good stream with you on.
Yeah, I'm like, I just come onto the stream and I see Miz just going off. I'm like, did I just miss something? I literally just popped out of the stream. Like, why is Miz like literally just bringing out the fangs? Like he's bringing out the claws and the fangs out over at
because
Bobby.
what he started the last time when he came.
That's
on.
right.
I don't know. So
old Miz is like, shake that ass, bitch. You got, you shake that ass. Bitch.
We gotta clip that. we gotta clip that.
Riggs.
I had to get Bobby with the boss slave when he said I sounded like Gettleman. So
that shit was beautiful, bro. That shit was. It
was the right time, and it needed to happen. No offense, Bobby.
Oh man,
you can come back on, but man, look. You gotta be like how Slay is. Slay is cool when he comes on the stream. If I go on the Eagle stream, I'm cool.
When Joel does that. Thank you, Sunday.
Yeah, because we don't go on Eagle streams and be disrespectful. I've been on Slay's channel. I've held a conversation with Philly Notion or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And we respectful. You know what I'm saying? But when you come on
Eagles
here,
Uncensored, he comes on my channels. I was on his last night.
I was watching last night, the Eagles Uncensored thing, and you guys were very civil with each other.
Yeah, there's no reason why we can't be, but just don't, come at us.
Just because we cheer for different teams don't mean you got to be a dick to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We dropping diss tracks tonight. We're gonna do a Philadelphia Eagles diss
people
track.
be bugging out over this shit. Like, yo, it's a game that we like to watch.
We all enjoy and we love.
Why you got to take it to the other side? You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody here is a nice working man that had a nice upbringing. Some of us is from the projects that really went through that shit. That's really about that smoke. That will come to your house and slap the fuck out of you in front of your wife. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no need for none of that shit. You know what I mean?
I'm a lover, not a fighter. Okay, I can't do
both,
that shit no more.
and I do very well in both arenas.
Hey, Lou.
Yo,
we're just gonna say this: fuck the Eagles.
That's right.
Facts.
You know what? It's starting to feel like it because Eagles week is coming. It's
That's
coming.
like-
It's right here. So it's like the animosity
I
is growing.
think
a
there's
lot.
going to be a very, very tumultuous week there. I think that's going to be a bad week.
I might have to call in. I might have
That's
to call in on while we're playing them and just like phone into you guys while you're streaming because I gotta be part of it. Just
That's
for
like
Eagles Giants.
one time, I went and took a Viagra pill, and then the wife left. I was like, well, son bitch. I called the doctor. He says, Doc, what do I do? I took Viagra, and my wife left. He goes, I don't know. Go screw the maid. I told him I don't need Viagra to screw the maid, Damned if you do, damned if you don't. But yeah, you can laugh, Lou. That was funny. That was funny, my guy. I don't care who you are.
So this all right, we're gonna get to the next segment of the show, man. This is something I'm gonna do on the Big Blue reviews, True Big Blue podcast. I'm sorry, we're gonna do some things like this as well. Let me get to here. We're gonna look at some articles, man. Now we're gonna look at one article. It says Tom Brady admits he loves beating the Giants more than any other team. It says Tom Brady defeated his former team, the New England Patriots, on Sunday night, and he didn't feel particularly good about it. Yes, it was a milestone night for Brady, blah, blah, blah. The team I would love to beat the most is the Giants. There's no doubt about that because they've taken away some really, Brady told the let's go progress before trailing off. I've always joked with Eli Manning, but yeah, and I think he likes that I bring it up all the time. So to bring it up again, I do not like losing to those guys. So when we beat them, I love that. And that's more to the article, but I just want to go to that pinpoint there. Are we still on Tom Brady's mind?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. We
Yes.
always will
Beat
be.
him twice in the Super Bowl. That's why.
Listen,
He still got
Just
his
say-
mind.
that New York Giants defense that had
Tom
him
Brady,
running
man,
scared to
is-
fucking death.
Exactly.
That Michael Strahan, you know what I'm saying? That Justin Tuck.
Hey,
that
Tom
real
Brady,
shit.
relax
Yeah.
about your dad, Eli. Relax.
Like seriously, though, I know
Right.
that he's in a
Right.
joking matter. I know he's saying it in a joking matter, but I really think that guy's serious, man. I think we really did something to that guy when we beat him twice in the Super Bowl.
Especially
Because,
that 18-0-1.
It's called
Especially
Eli
that
Manning.
18-0-1.
Yeah, because really, if it wasn't for us, this guy would probably have 10 rings before he retires.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
That's why he's still playing. That's the number he's going for.
And don't
How many
forget,
has he got right now? 7? 8?
No, he has 7.
yeah, he got
He got
7.
7, okay.
Six,
He's lost
six with
3.
the
He's
Patriots,
lost
one with
2
Tampa
to
Bay.
us and 1 to the Eagles.
Yeah.
But seriously though, I do believe that we're still on that dude's mind. Like seriously.
Yeah, man.
No, I agree with you, Pat.
Because
I think we
during the
are.
regular season, we beat him a couple of times during the regular season.
Yeah.
Really, the only time the guy was really beating us was that one time when he motivated us to go win the Super Bowl, and that's when he had Moss in that regular
But see,
season game.
here's the kicker though, right? Because of the type of competitor he is, and the way this has still been lingering in his mind, even if he beats us, it won't give the satisfaction he's looking for because it's not Manning on the other side of the field.
Bring him out. Bring him out.
Hey,
What's
Shmoney.
going on, Ash?
Ash
Wait,
Money.
What's good?
I just got one
Ash
quick
Money
thing.
outside.
Pat, do you have that thing loaded up for Ace Money yet?
No.
No, not yet.
Listen.
I forgot to do it last night.
All right.
Wait, Pat.
You can say what you
I
want about
usually do
Tom
that.
Brady, but at least him and Bob Kraft, they go down to Florida for happy endings, and don't you all forget that.
He does.
But listen, with that being said, all jokes aside, that was a pretty good one. All jokes aside,
Happy endings and adrenochrome.
right? all jokes aside, do you think that this guy is going to come with extra motivation coming off 2 losses?
Yeah,
and
I do.
And his disdain for us as a team, period. Do you feel that we're in trouble?
No.
Give an honest answer, Lou.
No.
Do you feel that we are in trouble?
The way our defense has been playing, and the fact that Patrick Graham played over there and he knows Tom Brady, the fact that Joe Judge knows Tom Brady, the fact that we've had the extra week to plan and prepare coming off a momentum win, I think they in trouble. I think his ego's in trouble.
No, I agree with them. I'm not afraid of them either. Plus, they're missing some key players right now on that team.
If Adoree steps up and McKinney plays the way he's been playing, and Bradbury starts to play like he always does in the second half of the season, Tom Brady's in trouble.
Listen.
Go ahead,
Pat.
No, go ahead.
11-6. Fuck that.
Have some interesting facts to spit. So Tom Brady never loses back-to-back weeks.
Well, he did.
The Giants. Well, those were back-to-back games. I'm talking about back-to-back weeks. Like, because he lost to the Saints, then he went on the bye, and then he lost to Washington. So Tom Brady, he never loses back-to-back weeks. The Giants, they have never won a game with their color rush uniforms on. And Daniel Jones has never won a primetime game. To me, this is looking like a trend's about to be broken. To me. Now, I saw a picture, Brady, looking pissed, right?
11-6, nigga.
I'm not saying we in a world. I'm not saying we in a world of hurt. I'm just saying that it ain't gonna be tough. This Monday gonna show who Daniel Jones really is. You gonna have Galladay back.
Ash.
You gonna have Saquon.
Talk your shit, Ash.
You gonna have Kadarius.
Talk your shit, Ash.
Andrew Thomas. Big Pat. You mentioned it. I don't know if this is a word, but improvision. This is gonna
Why
show.
you gotta play my man like that on the live stream, boy? You ain't shit.
What do you mean?
Improvisation, man.
Oh shit. Nah, but we gonna have to see a lot from Daniel Jones. And to me, this I said it, I put out a tweet. I said this is gonna show me who Daniel Jones really is, and for real, this needs to be his second biggest game of the year. Because I don't think it'll be what the Saints game was. But this needs to be his second best game of the year. Back to you.
All right, thank you.
I agree with you, Ash. I agree.
11-6.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not scared. I've never been scared of Tom Brady as a Giants fan because we've always played them well. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how bad our squad is. We always find a way to come up to play Tom Brady.
Talk your shit, Pat.
But what I will say, I think this guy's going to be extremely focused playing this game. And so I would make my keys video, but I might as well do it here on the stream. My keys, the victory to beat the Buccaneers, stop the run game. Stop the run game and get pressure with Ford. That's it. If we stop Tom Brady in them run game and get pressure on Brady when he steps back with the 4 and not having a blitz like crazy, I believe our defense matches up with them extremely well. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of the run game unless we put Danny Shelton in there. If we put Danny Shelton in there, we're gonna get toe up.
No.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared of their tackles unless Zimenez is playing.
Oh shit!
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I believe our DBs are good enough to match up with them, even if Gronk plays. I believe Bradbury on Gronk is a damn good matchup because Gronk is older and he's not nowhere near as fast as he used to be. Is he still physical? Yes, he's very physical, but I think Bradbury is a physical person as well.
And he has enough veteran sense.
Yeah, he played damn well against Waller and my boy from the Chiefs,
Kelsey Punkhead.
Yeah.
And I believe those two tight ends are better than Gronk right now. I think Gronk is most effective in the red zone right now, or if he's lined up against linebackers that don't have experience.
Talk your shit, Pat.
Our defense, I believe, is going to come to play this game, and I think we're going to give Tom Brady fits again. Now, the thing that worries me is this offense.
You were doing good until that point right there.
Listen to what I'm saying. The thing that worries me is this offense. When Andrew Thomas gets back in the game, is Jason Garrett going to have enough play calling to stop these fast linebackers from being able to run side to side and disrupt this whole offense?
Why is this guy not fired? Lord Jesus.
See what I'm
I need
saying?
you to
Because
strike
what
this man with lightning.
What the Washington football team did to them in that last game, they literally embarrassed them. They ran it straight at White and that other linebacker. I always forget his name, but he's very good. Yeah,
Levante David.
They ran it straight at them. They took away their best attribute, which is sideline to sideline speed.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying Tom Brady was feeling deflated?
Me?
Deflate.
You coming with the bullshit?
He said Tom Brady felt deflated.
I got you to smile, damn it. That
like
was
the
the key
balls
right
from the
there.
AFC Championship game.
But look,
that's right.
They took away their best attribute. I'm going to show you in our film session on Friday. That was actually a brilliant game plan they had against them. They ran it at them hard, straight towards Levante David and straight towards now I forget the other linebacker's name. God dog, my mind bad.
David White.
Yeah,
Devin White.
Devin White,
hold up
Levante David. Devin White and Levante David, they ran it straight at them. They did not let them run sideline to sideline. And that play action that they ran was brilliant. And I believe that's the game plan we have to come with. Not putting 8 people on the line running it straight towards them because they're good enough with Sue and that defensive tackle they have to blow that up because Billy Price can't.
Nah, but I think
he might not even play this week.
Yeah, they pretty banged up. They're not going to have JPP. I don't think they're going to have Vita Vea. I don't think they're going to have Richard Sherman, and their secondary is already exposed. So, I know
there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to expose their secondary, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to run it if Vita Vea and JPP ain't playing.
Bottom line, what he's trying to say in Spanish, I'm going to translate it in English, is 11-6, motherfucker. We come out, we stomp a mud hole in Tom Brady's ass and make him see ghosts of Jason Pierre-Paul, Justin Tuck, O.C. Umenyiora, Michael Strahan, Matthias Kiwanuka, you know what I'm saying? And he starts throwing interceptions and falling and doing dumb shit because he's scared to death. He's scared. You scared? Say he's scared. Yeah. It's a wrap. 11-6. We win the next 8. At least the next 7 out of 8.
I can't stand Lou. I can't stand this dude, yo. You just so goofy.
You know that you love me. Because I scream 11-6 whenever I'm in town. You know that you love me.
Pat, you know what also could be a big key too on their offense as well? Antonio Brown has been a big loss for that offense and for Tom Brady that we didn't even realize. If he doesn't play, that might be a big factor on how well their offense plays because we didn't realize how important he is to their team. And without him out there, their offense has looked different without Brown on that field. So if he doesn't play, it could be a factor.
And that was a Jeff up.
Well, I mean, the game is going to be really, really intense coming up tomorrow. We can't wait for what we see for a Thursday night matchup. Everybody make sure you tune in immediately. Back to you, Pat.
Hey, look. Yeah. So,
who did the Macho Man just now?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That was me.
Step into Slim Jim.
Hey, if I could ever do what do they call that? Where you can imitate somebody's voice, I would love to be able to do the Macho Man's voice.
Imitation?
Yeah,
impression.
The Macho Man Randy.
Oh yes, Macho Man Randy Savage, ready to gonna cause a elbow drop on top of you. Oh yeah, Slim Jim.
That dude had the best promos ever in wrestling all time. I don't care what anybody says. That dude's promos were hilarious.
Greatest moment ever in wrestling was when he proposed to Elizabeth.
Yes.
Yep. The funniest shit in the world. When that man said, Elizabeth.
Right.
Elizabeth.
I can't.
Will
be
you
macho.
marry me?
That's actually a damn good impression. That's a pretty good impression, Lou.
I say him.
Sounded
and
like the
probably
Kool-Aid
got the
man.
best promos ever.
Austin was great too. You gotta watch Austin's promos.
Austin.
His was great.
Yeah, Austin. Him, The Rock, and Austin. Those probably, and of course, Ric
This has
Flair.
turned into a wrestling podcast.
Well, let's get back to some Giants talk.
Sorry.
I can't.
It
Get
doesn't
your
matter
sweet ass
what
over
Bobby
here.
Murphy thinks.
Because the Giants are going to lay the smackdown on all your candy asses.
If you
All
smell what the Big Pat is cooking. Back to you, Pat.
I don't know what he cooked, but I know what he ate.
We've
No, I'm just
completely
kidding.
gone off the rails here today.
I'm just
Looks
kidding.
like-
I'm
looks
going to
like-
get banned.
Looks like Bernard McKinney is back on a 53-man roster. That's a
Yep,
good
they
sign.
signed him today.
Having playing the middle linebacker, so I guess him and Tate Crowder will be sharing reps.
Maybe Ragland too.
How you say his first name?
Bernard.
Bernard McKinney.
Bernard Rick.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bernard
Got it.
McKinney.
For the longest, I've been calling him Ron Derrick. For some reason, like I'm dyslexic.
I truly believe the second half of the season, we're going to find out exactly what's wrong with this offense. If it continues to struggle, we're going to see exactly what's wrong with this offense if we have a full set of players. If we have a full set of players, we're going to find out exactly what's wrong. Is it
11-6?
Is it
Oh,
more
Zion.
what's going on, Zion?
11-6.
Is it more Jason Garrett or is it more Daniel Jones? We know what the offensive line is.
It's both.
We're going to be. It's both.
It's both.
But me and Joe were talking the other day.
It's more Garrett.
I think this guy's making Daniel Jones a one-read quarterback.
Yeah.
It's
more Garrett. Garrett sucks. Because under Sherman, we saw Daniel Jones and we was like, fuck yeah.
Right.
Under
right.
Garrett, we're like, Daniel Jones sucks.
I swear to God, if we come out in that Tampa Bay game and he's running more curls and stick routes, I might lose my damn mind while I'm away.
Listen, hey, you keep that negativity somewhere else, sir. We're going 11-6, Jeff. Back to you, Pat.
Look,
Jason Garrett.
The reason why I say that is because this guy trained under Cutcliffe. The same guy that trained Peyton Manning, same guy that trained Eli Manning, and he trained those guys to be masters of the field before the snap.
We had this discussion on the last stream. I was there.
Yeah, so there's no way possible I could believe Daniel Jones is just a one-read quarterback coming from the Cutcliffe school.
No, Garrett is a one-read offensive coordinator.
Be right back. I need coffee.
I'm gonna need something to drink real quick too. So I'm gonna go when you come back. But
excuse me.
Give me a stat line for Daniel Jones. I'm gonna ask the panel. Give me a stat line for Daniel Jones in this Buccaneers game. What do you think that he?
Oh, me. Can I go first, Mr. Pat, sir?
Go ahead, Lou.
I think Daniel Jones goes 26 of 33, 303 yards passing, 29 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, passing touchdowns. And I think we get 2 rushing touchdowns. I think we get 5 touchdowns at least against Tampa Bay. I think we put on a clinic. I think we scared the hell out of Tom Brady with a new revamped defense. And our defense comes away with some turnovers, and we capitalize on them turnovers because, as you said, we'll have a lot of our players back. And with all of them back, there should be no fucking excuse for us to not capitalize on them turnovers. So 26 of 33, 303 passing yards, and 3 passing touchdowns for Daniel Jones.
You know what? I'm going to be that guy.
interceptions.
I'm going to be that guy that's going to do it, even if it sounds crazy. He's going to pass for over 400 yards. I think he's going to do it.
Talk your shit, Jeff.
410 yards, 4 touchdown passes.
Talk your shit,
No
Jeff.
interceptions.
Talk your shit,
30 yards rushing. I think Daniel Jones is going to come out after all this scrutiny people have been saying. He can't win the big one. Hasn't won a game in prime time. He's a one-read quarterback. Blah 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 blah.
He's playing the Super Bowl defending champs in prime time against
Exactly.
the greatest of all time, supposedly quarterback. If this is the time to win a prime time game and prove yourself, this is it.
And I think Jason Garrett will finally see the light and unleash Daniel Jones. And their secondary is bad.
Hold up. Listen, you was doing real good until you said that Jason Garrett was going to see some light.
Even Jason Garrett could see the light. He saw the light twice.
He see light every time he look in the mirror.
He saw the light against New Orleans, and he saw the light against Washington. He might be able to see that light again. Those bright lights in Tampa Bay. Oh, I'm not going there. I think he's going to have him. I think Daniel Jones is going to have himself a huge game on Monday night, and he's going to shut those pendants up, saying he can't get it done.
And did y'all ever see that episode of South Park where Cartman was trying to kill all the gingers, and then he tried to act like he was a ginger?
When he was a ginger.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh shit!
That cartoon was funny. That cartoon was funny when it first.
It was.
Cartman. Oh my goodness, man! But
what's going on?
What's up, big Miz?
Jones.
Miz, you did you some push-ups and got that extra testosterone out? You all right now? Okay. Miz came on here like he can actually punch somebody through the screen and shit. Like, yo, son, I would knock you out, son. You
I
ain't
truly
ready,
believe
son.
he think he can.
Yo, my boy Miz said you a herb. I ain't heard that shit in a long time. I was laughing.
Yo, what?
Miz said you a fucking herb, yo. You a clown.
I told him he could come back on. I'm not gonna come at him anymore. So I'll
Shout out to Gabrielle in the chat. What's going on?
What's going on, Gabrielle?
Gabrielle.
But
I think about I didn't get a chance to say anything while I was driving on the highway when you were talking about Barkley. Here's my take. I don't think Barkley's gonna get another contract from the Giants, and because it's gonna be a lot of money, and he hasn't been durable.
Give him the slay button.
This is a big 8 games coming up for him, to be honest. This is a big 8 games coming up for him. So, and I don't know if they could. I want to keep him, but you can't pay the guy like 15, 16 million. No way, man. Or we're never gonna win if you pay him type of money.
Listen, okay, and I understand that. But can you honestly say that we've been fair with Barkley? If the same argument has been made for Daniel Jones, hold on.
I ain't get to say my Daniel
Hold
Jones.
on. Can you honestly say, if you say that Daniel Jones hasn't had a decent offensive line to protect him, right? Then the same thing can be said for Saquon Barkley.
Same thing.
We all know that our offensive line is trash. Miz, you know it. I know it. Ash knows it. Joel knows it. Jeff knows it. Big Pat certainly knows it, right? We've been screaming about that shit on every stream since last year, okay? But my point, since Eric Flowers, since back in the day, we've been screaming that shit. But my point is, he was able to do all the shit that he did before the injuries with a shitty offensive line. You mean to tell me you wouldn't rather fix the offensive line and re-sign this phenomenal running back? You would rather give him away to another team so he can possibly kill us in the playoffs when we finally get our shit together? Hell no. No. I don't want to be losing the NFC Championship game on the opposite field of Saquon Barkley.
No, but you're not going to get rid of him this year. You still got him for next year. So
he's got to prove he can stay healthy and productive.
You still have him for next year. He has to have a healthy year. He doesn't even have to have no all-world year.
No,
He just
I
has to
agree
have
with
a healthy
that.
year.
I agree with that. Listen, we're not going to give you the bag unless you can prove to us that you can stay healthy. But on the same sense, we have to repair that offensive line to give you some time to prove that too. It's a 50-50. You know what I'm saying?
Make it
they
make
haven't
it an
given
incentive.
him or Daniel Jones the proper weapons or offensive line. They just finally gave him some weapons with Galladay and Tony. You know what I'm saying? And still haven't fixed the offensive line or
Give him
tried
an
to fix
incentive
it.
base.
Hold on. We're gonna go to Joe, and then we're gonna get Ash's Daniel Jones predictions. Right
Hell
after
with
that.
Joe.
Okay.
No, I'm just playing.
Right.
Go ahead, Joe.
Go ahead,
No,
Joe.
listen, just give Saquon Barkley an incentive-based contract. He plays so many games, he gets $1 million bonus. You know, he makes the playing time. You have it at like 12 million. He can make up to 15, 16. Playing time, touchdowns, yards, catches, receptions. You make it incentive based. You're protecting him and you.
Or you franchise tag him for a year on the, hey, prove you can stay.
Well, that's what they're going to do.
Rebuild.
That's what they're going to do, Lou. If they want to keep him, they're going to tag him. He's not going to be happy about that.
Well, I mean, shit, we ain't been happy about him missing so many games neither. So he gotta be a grown man about it too. I know everybody want the bag. Hey, shit, I sweat hard for my money. He gonna have to do it too. Except he getting way more. Shit.
All right, Ash, give us your Daniel Jones prediction.
Listen, I think Daniel Jones is gonna finish with 2 touchdowns. We're gonna have a rushing touchdown from whether it's Devontae or Saquon, whoever plays. I think Daniel Jones throws for about 330 or 20.
Talk your shit.
And I do think he throws a pick because I'm sorry, I do think he throws a pick. He just hasn't been, that great in primetime games. So I think he does throw a pick, and I don't really think he gets that many rushing yards because them boys, Devin Wayne, them boys are speedy. So those is my stats.
All right, hey.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna give you my Daniel Jones prediction, but before that, I'm gonna give you.
Let Miz get one too.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Miz get one, but I'm gonna give you my Bobby Murphy prediction.
You could let him on, man. Let him on. It's all right. I'm not gonna get mad. Let him on. Let him on.
If I let you on, I'm gonna give you a one-on-one between me and you, and we're gonna talk about our teams and see who comes out on top.
I'm gonna shut my mic off and let these two just go at it.
Yep.
No, I'm not going at it. I wanted to just say something about
him and Pat gonna go at it. Him and Pat gonna go at it.
Oh,
friendly. Nobody's talking shit about you. The thing you said is I sound like Gettleman, and I had to hit you with the by slate. You're an Eagles fan, so everybody gets by slate when they talk noise when you're an Eagles fan on the Giants podcast, especially my podcast.
I don't think Eagles Uncensored has got me.
If you want back on that bad, I already told you that you can come on anytime you want as long as you're respectful.
Let's just be adults. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying you can't come back on. I
Come on,
told
we're
you I
all
wasn't letting you
friends.
back on tonight.
No,
just because you said I sound like Dave.
We're all football fans. We all love this game. Just because we cheer for a different team don't mean we got to be dickheads to each other. It's a game. It's not that serious, bro.
Everybody off. He's just a troll.
Sometimes the passion comes out of
You're doing exactly what Miz said you are.
He's doing it again, man.
This whole time. Who gives a damn about us being 1-7 against y'all since 2017?
Yeah, you see what I mean, right? Now
We got 4 times the trophies you got. 4 times. Think about it. We got 4 times the trophies you got.
We have 13.
Not to mention. Hold on, Lou. Before even those championships, before Super Bowls, we just talking about Super Bowls. They can't fuck with us with Super Bowls. We got 4 times Super Bowls in them. We beat Brady in the Super Bowl. Guess what? We did it twice. We're always better than you. Even the little things that you think that you've done, we've done it twice or more. You fucking suck. Donovan McNabb went to the NFC Championship 5 times, only made it to the Super Bowl once. A man with a broken leg had to be your best player in the Super Bowl while your quarterback is throwing up in the huddle. Then you disrespect the man by not giving him a contract, but you signed Brian Westbrook, who got hurt the very next year. He co-signed for Brian Westbrook, but can't co-sign for the man that put him on. And guess what? You actually booed the man when you picked him. You're the only dumbass franchise that pelted Santa Claus with snowballs. Your franchise is terrible. Nothing but underachievers. You had Reggie White and didn't do shit with him. You had Randall Cunningham and didn't do shit with him. Randall Cunningham had his best years after he left y'all trash ass. Guess what? Reggie White won a championship after he left y'all trash ass, didn't he? Y'all weak as fuck. You are a clown. And I invite you to come back on here if you want to keep trolling. Now, I told you it was cool to come back after the night because I'm trying to let you get a reprieve from my guard dog, Miz, before you bite the shit out your ass. Now, calm your little ass down before I have to talk more shit about your bum-ass franchise with Lawrence
Talk
Taylor.
more shit. You talk about November 28th. He said November 28th, Eagle Giants. Guess what? I'll be there, buddy. Why don't you meet me at Gate D? I'm letting you know where I'll be. The white ball guy right there. I'll be standing under the letter D waiting for you.
Gate D for that dick.
Your best quarterback
in your mouth.
The best quarterback in your franchise history is Nick Foles. Lawrence Taylor used to whoop Ron Jaworski's ass all the time. Randall Cunningham didn't do shit for y'all. He couldn't get an NFC championship with y'all. But he made it to the NFC championship when he went with the Vikings, didn't he? Donovan McNabb is trash. Went to the NFC championship 5 times, only went to the Super Bowl once, and started throwing up in the huddle and lost to the Patriots. You guys have lost to the Patriots of the Super Bowl. We haven't. All you guys can be great about is saying Nick Foles beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. You did it once. Guess what? We're such a better franchise. We did it twice.
With style and pizzazz, might I add.
Right. The Bucks dropping you off. Who cares if we lose to the Bucks? We still gonna go 11-6.
Who cares? The Eagles are not going any further than we are. So who cares?
Pat did it.
Y'all are some bums, man. Only person I respect from the Eagles is Brian Dawkins. That's about it. That's the only guy that had heart. And guess what? Our tight end used to get on his ass before we traded him. Jeremy Shockey used to get his ass. So we're not worried about no damn Eagles, bro. Now, you can come on here and be respectful if you want to. If not, shut the fuck up to get out my chat.
Yeah, let him know, Pat.
Mic drop.
I'm one of the most easygoing guys ever, but you've been talking shit the whole time, and I already told you we was cool. Joel is cool with you. That's cool. You can always come on, as long as you be respectful and chill the fuck out. I don't even go to Eagle streams.
And neither does he. Neither does he, because apparently his own fans don't want him there.
How you get fired on your day off?
Yeah. That's why they let your goofy ass come back on here, because you've been doing the same shit the whole time.
Yeah, I seen him doing this in other places, Pat. I seen him do it to Chris. I seen him do it to Bad Dog. He just pisses people off. Soon he's not gonna have any chance.
You know what that is? That's a miserable. That's a miserable spirit.
He's a miserable Eagle fan. He's a miserable trash Eagle fan.
It's worse than that. Miserable spirits like to make other people miserable. Right. We're not gonna let you darken our stream.
Misery love company.
That's why I'm ending it right now. Guess what? You got the least amount of Super Bowls in the division. The least amount. The Redskins got 2. We got 4. Cowboys got 5.
Redskins got 3.
That's a fact.
Yeah, they got 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Redskins.
The Eagles are pathetic, man. The Eagles are the Jets of the NFC. That's it.
So not only are you had the least amount of Super Bowls in the division, you're the only team in the division that don't have multiple.
Don't worry about it.
That means you can't add or multiply.
Right.
So y'all suck at math too.
The best thing y'all can claim to y'all franchise is beating Tom Brady, and we're such a better franchise. We did it twice. So the best thing that you can claim, we've done it twice. That's how bum y'all are. I don't give a damn about our record being bad to y'all the past since 2017. Who gives a damn? Do you know y'all finished last in the division last year? As trash as that division was, y'all finished last.
Crazy. He finished last year, and he's talking shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's what I mean. That's why I told you guys, don't even bother with this. He's just annoying, man. He's a clown.
And what y'all did with that? Wait. Finished last in the division, and what y'all did with the pick was get a wide receiver when y'all have run through 3 quarterbacks in 6 seasons.
Yeah, they're not a good franchise right now. I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
They're rebuilding.
It's now a time, man. We should get back to this game on Monday. It's a much bigger game than this guy has going on for him. So, by the way, the Saints
He
are
obviously ain't getting no
you
pussy
could
if
lock
he's
this
jumping
up.
on everybody's stream trolling. That's your
That's
problem.
what he does. I
you
told
need
you.
to go
But you
get
could
some
lock
vag.
this up. The Saints are going to kick. The Saints are going to kick the Eagles' ass Sunday. The Saints are going to kick the Eagles' ass, and you won't see this guy for a week or two.
Now, this is probably the only Eagle fan that's ever going to get on this stream because Bobby Murphy done fucked it up for a lot of people.
Well, Eagles Uncensored too.
Yeah, Eagles Uncensored. I'm sorry.
What
Eagles
up, Slay?
Uncensored. But
Hey,
Slay,
Slay.
he's respectful. And the kid has more subscribers than I do, but he always comes to my stream to chill out, and that's what's up. Like, and this dude's still talking. But anyway, man.
Let him on,
Liz, go ahead and give you a Daniel Jones prediction, bro.
My scriptures say, bless those who curse you. So, may the Lord's blessings be upon you, Bobby Murphy.
I wanted to make a
Hell
comment.
no. To the no. Hell no.
I wanted to make a quick comment about Barkley also, Pat, because I don't know, maybe I missed it when you guys were talking about it, but if we, and this draft coming up definitely fits all the needs that we need to build a complete O-line, and we probably will do it. If we don't win games or make a playoff spot, what makes you think in 2 years that Barkley's going to want to still be here anyway? Nobody thinks of it that way.
I'll give you one.
Like you said, we've been a loser for a few years.
I'll give you one reason why, Miz, is because I think this kid's heart is in New York. Like Lou said, I think this kid's heart is in New York. And I believe Mara wants that guy here as much as possible.
Did you hear what Evan Ingram said? Evan Ingram said that guy is the heart and soul and the leader of that team. That's what he said about Saquon Barkley. That just shows how important he is to that team.
Yeah, you don't got to tell me. I got his jersey. I love the kid. I want to see this kid play, of course.
Well, yeah.
He's fun. He's exciting, you know? So we got to do, like Lou said, we got to build an O-line. It's not just about Daniel Jones, but it's for the running game also. So,
yo, Pat, I just want to say thank you for saying 11-6 while you was going off on it. That proves you've been listening.
I never thought I'd hear that out of his mouth.
Yo, look, man. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm one of the nicest people in the world. I'll do anything for the people that I get down with. I'm been streaming for a pretty long time, Nate. If you want to join in, join in. JT, what's going on? If I got it and I mess with people, they got it too, you know. But when you piss me off, and I don't care how strong he think he is, I don't care how wild he think he is, you're not fucking with me. You're not fucking with me, man, boy. You don't know shit about me or my damn family, how we get down. And I promise you, any challenge that you bring to us, we're gonna accomplish it. And that's it. Whether it's fighting, whether it's streaming, whether it's talking shit, whatever it is, nigga. Like real talk. You're about to bring another side out of me that you don't want to see.
I want to see it. Come on, Pat. I want to see it.
I want to see it too.
Only way you'll get to see it is in person. And I promise you, I'll be in New York and I'll be around Philly. I'll get a ticket to the Philly game just to meet you.
I know. I wouldn't even pay this guy any money. I got mad at him also.
Now you can keep talking shit all you want to on the computer, but everybody tough on the computer.
Yeah, tough guy. Internet tough guy.
Come on, we passed that already.
Just forget about it, man. Forget about him. Let's talk about the game. We have a monster game Monday, man.
Miz do know how to get under your skin. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it don't bother me anymore. I'm ready to talk about the game. Forget this guy. It's becoming old already. He's boring.
Let's go. Let's talk about those G-men against them Bucks. We're gonna fuck up against them Bucks.
Let's talk about this new segment that I was bringing up, the new article that I was going to bring up before we were really interrupted. Speaking of Daniel Jones, it's an article on Bleacher Report that I think is pretty cool for Daniel Jones. It says, turn Daniel Jones loose against Tom Brady's Buccaneers. It says you either trust Daniel Jones against Tom Brady or you don't. I've been saying that for the longest. Does this organization trust Daniel Jones? I don't believe they do trust Daniel Jones that much, to be honest with you. At least Jason Garrett showed he doesn't. He said, if you want him to be your franchise quarterback of the future, and all indications right now are that the Giants do, don't keep him in shackles Monday night at Tampa Bay against the GOAT. Turn Jones loose. Most and perhaps even all of Jones' playmakers, starting with Saquon Barkley, will be on the field together at last. You played to win the game. Shout out Herm Edwards. Jones is 0-7 in primetime games. There is no better time than now for Jason Garrett to let Jones, with his arm and with his legs, play to win the game. Jones and the Giants survived and advanced against the Raiders. Survive and advance won't work Monday against Tom Brady. There are 8 games left this season for Jones to show that he can be much more than a game manager. He too often has been forced to be for reasons ranging from play calling to off and on absences of Barkley, Kenny Galladay, Sterling Shepard, and Kadarius Toney, not to mention left tackle Andrew Thomas. For number 8, 8 is enough. Now that Jones has finally begun integrating the tight end into the passing game, he will have more than enough of what he needs around him to honor the franchise quarterback. Get your team in the end zone to win the game. Now, after reading that article, we're going to start off with Joe. You already know what's going to happen. Joe's classifies analysis of that article. Tell me what you think about that article, Joe.
Oh my goodness, here we go. Okay. I agree 100%. We've all been debating on whether or not Daniel Jones is the guy. We're breaking down game film on Friday nights, by the way. This Friday night, I believe on Pat's channel, we're breaking down more game film. And I actually think he's got some defensive plays in there also that we're going to be breaking down too. So this is going to be really great. We all get heated on that. We're all seeing Daniel Jones that, he's not looking at the whole field, whether that's Garrett or Jones. That's our biggest question. Our biggest question is Jones's play style right now a result of him? Is it a result of Garrett and the coaches? I like the idea of letting Jones go out there. Let's air the ball out a little bit. Jaden put in there that Daniel Jones is going to have 250 yards and 3 touchdowns. I like those numbers. I'm going to agree with him on that. And I think we're going to have like 150 yards rushing. I think that this defense, this Tampa Bay defense, without Vita Vea in the middle, I think that's their weak spot right now. I think if we're going to run the ball and pound it up the middle, we're going to average 4 or 5, 6 yards a carry. But Garrett has to get the play calling, let Daniel Jones roll out to his right. We need to stop using half the field, use the whole field. Create routes where you're getting a guy open, where you're getting an extra second or two when you roll Daniel Jones out. He's athletic enough to make those throws. Let him sling the freaking ball around a little bit. Parcells did it with Sims. You know what, Judge? Let Daniel Jones do it. Let's see what the kid's got the next 7 games and let him run this friggin' offense compared to what Garrett's making him do right now, because it's definitely not working.
8 games. 8 games.
Most definitely, Joe. That article just proves that what we've been saying all year. You've been saying it all year. Quit babying this kid and let the kid play. Let him play. Let him get out there and let him learn. You can't hinder your quarterback like that. That's the worst position to hinder somebody back at. Because one, you're doing him you're not doing good by him. Yeah, disservice. And you're not doing your franchise a disservice. You see what I'm saying? Because if you can't find out who this quarterback is, what the hell? You just wasted a pick for no reason.
Nate wants the link, Pat.
Yo, Nate's looking for the link.
No, I agree with you, Pat. It's time to let Daniel Jones go out there and actually have a chance to sling the ball around, see what we actually got in our quarterback, and not shackle him down. That'll open it up. Let this kid show on that field what he can do in prime time.
And hold on, before I get what G Nation has to say, I gotta get him one made, but I always like this one for G Nation. What you got to say about that, G?
Don't start no shit, won't be no
There he
shit.
is, Nate Garrett.
Thank God for that guy who wrote that article, man. Someone in the beat reporters is actually paying attention. I don't want to interrupt though. Please go on with what you were gonna say.
If Lou doesn't have anything to say about the article, you can go ahead, Nate. Lou, you got anything to say about the article?
No, I agree. I think it's time. You see what I said when you said give you a stat line for what I think Daniel Jones is going to do. I said 26 out of 33 attempts for 303 yards, 3 touchdown passes, and what I say, 31 rushing yards.
I think so, yeah.
All right. Well,
No
we got
picks.
Lou's answer. Nate, what's going on, Nate, man? Welcome back, man.
Good to be
enjoy
back.
having you on the show, man. I always enjoy what you have to say, bro.
So,
Appreciate what you got to say out, man.
The legend himself.
Gotta get all the hellos from the people on the panel, all out of the way at once. What's up to everybody?
Red rifle.
Eric Flowers, right in the middle of the stream where he belongs. What's up? All right. Anyway, though, to redirect back from memories of Giants past, looking at Giants future with Daniel Jones, I agree with everything that article's saying. I think it's what a lot of us have been saying for a while, which is the whole deal of we've been saying for 3 goddamn years now, we have to evaluate Daniel Jones. We have to see if Daniel Jones is our franchise guy. That's not going to happen if we're not actually giving him an opportunity. So I think what everyone's saying is right on the money. It's just really frustrating when Daniel Jones has shown in opportunities that he's had this year that he can 100% be that guy. Look at the Saints game, look at the Washington game, and then you see him do that in those opportunities, in those big moments, and then as soon as something goes wrong, those opportunities get taken away from him. And that's frustrating to me because for all of the struggles and the injuries and the bad luck this year, I am a big believer in control the controllables. And for Jason Garrett, that's a game plan that is allowing his players to do what they do best, that is using his strengths and catering away from their weaknesses. And he just hasn't done that. For me, I think if you want to play it safe, go be a bridge inspector. It's a very important job, and clearly it's what Jason Garrett was born to do. But if you want to be an offensive coordinator in the NFL, you have to be aggressive. You have to be willing to go out there and risk stuff. You have to be willing to attack. You have to be willing to let your playmakers make plays. And he just hasn't been doing that, and it's frustrating to me.
And you can't keep running freaking curl routes with your tight end.
Sorry, other people are going to talk here, but one thing since you mentioned that just pisses me off to no end, almost more than the curl routes, almost, not quite, but almost, that pisses me off just as much, I'd say, is the fact that it feels like every goddamn game it takes 4 or 5 yards to start off a drive with something other than an inside zone up the gut. And it never works, ever. And he just keeps doing it. And it immediately puts us at 2nd and 10, 2nd and 11, at best 2nd and 7 or 8. And we're already behind tempo. We're already off schedule. And Daniel Jones is once again behind the sticks. And it's just so cringe. It's awful.
With no offensive line help.
Exactly.
And you have a 6'4" wide receiver who led the league for the past 2 years in contested catches down the field, and yet you have not thrown it once down the field and given him a chance to catch the ball downfield.
Which is kind of hard to do when you got freaking defensive tackles and defensive ends breathing down your neck the minute you say hut.
And by the way, there's people that say a lot of that can be on Daniel Jones with the targets, and that's fair. But at the same time, whether or not he's making the decision to target some guys and not others, whether or not he has that trust for Kenny Golladay yet, either way, it comes back to Jason Garrett. Because if that's your offense and he's your quarterback and he's not doing what you're telling him to do and he's not running your offense how you want it run, you need to step in and tell him you need to be more aggressive, you need to take shots downfield. I just don't think that's what's happening. For me, I think Jason Garrett is, like you guys are saying, handcuffing Daniel Jones and handcuffing this offense.
Yeah, I think he's doing exactly
I think he's
what he's
been doing
told
it
to do.
intentionally to try to sabotage Judge and get his job. But, that's just a conspiracy theory of mine.
Oh, don't speak that into existence, Lou.
Look,
don't
I never wanted
that.
him here at all because I know that he's
Listen,
a guy.
just thinking about it.
If
God.
Judge is fired Mara will be our next head. I mean,
Mara will be our next head coach. God,
that's even worse than Garrett.
The only way it could get worse.
It
was rock bottom, and he grabbed a shovel. That is horrifying.
Ash, why would you say that? Don't say that, man.
Let's think about this for a second. Let's think about this. If you take the play calling away from Garrett and just make him the head coach, is it really that much worse?
It's not that it's that much worse, but I don't think it's that much better, because Jason Garrett, his play calling has only been 50% of the problem. The other 50% is that he just doesn't have a modern-day scheme that works in the NFL, in my mind anyway, and he just refuses to have an aggressive philosophy in general.
Right. His Jason Garrett is Windows 95.
Yeah, that's a perfect way of saying it.
Damn, he didn't even say 97. He said 95.
By the way, while Joel's doing that in the top of the screen, I think the worst thing about the fact that he's the clapper is he doesn't do anything worth clapping about. If he was at least clapping after touchdowns and nice plays. Like, what are you doing, Jason? Read the room, buddy.
Right. I don't think there's no way you can make Jason Garrett head coach if you fire Judge.
Please no.
Because
Please no.
he was part of that coaching staff. So why would you fire the head coach just to bring up your offensive coordinator? That doesn't make sense. And that would destroy this fan base.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though.
Hire a guy who just had a decade in your division and couldn't win the big game for 10 years as head coach with everything that he had over there. And he just got fired, and you hire him as your offensive coordinator?
Well, it's because with Joe Judge having such little experience, Mara wanted to have.
I know what Mara's frame of thinking was,
Okay,
but I mean, as a person with a brain.
Yeah. You know, as an actual intelligent human being who watches football games, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. And speaking of Cowboys coaches, by the way, if we do end up firing Joe Judge, it's one of, for some reason, the lesser names on the market. I would not mind Kellen Moore at all. A lot of people are tired of the first-time head coaches. I get it.
It is harder to control.
He's not the top of my list. He's not at all. Yeah. But I'll say this. I'm certainly bringing him in for an interview. And I get that you don't want a first-time head coach. I understand it. I understand that you want someone that's solidified a presence in the league, that has some experience, some weight to their name. I just think that at this point, I want to see someone after this nonsense with Joe Judge and Jason Garrett. I want to see someone with a little bit of innovation. Someone that's going to be creative. Someone that's going to let players do what they do best, like he's been doing with Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper and Ezekiel Elliott. And I want to see that in Giants blue. So I'm not saying he's the top of my list, but I wouldn't mind.
But do you really think that they're going to get rid of Joe Judge after this season?
Oh, I don't think so. I'm just saying if.
I don't think they get rid of Joe Judge because that's the mistake that we've made in the past couple coaches is that we make a brash decision and hire somebody, and then we fire them within a season or two. 2 seasons. You can't. Parcells didn't win in 2 seasons. Belichick didn't win in 2 seasons. Coughlin didn't win in 2 seasons. You got to give a coach time to bring in the guys he wants, to add his scheme into it, put his fingerprint on it, and build the culture that he wants. And you're not going to do that in 2 seasons when you're rebuilding a completely dilapidated team that has had poor drafting for 10 years.
I completely agree with that. I don't think that Joe Judge is going to get fired. I was just saying if he did because it was brought up a second ago by Ash.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cause any. Sorry, Slay. I didn't mean to cause any controversy. I just want to say one thing. Pat, I appreciate you for having me on, but I do gotta go. I just got home from work, so I gotta take care of some.
All right.
Yeah, take care of your stuff, Ash. But man,
take care, Ash.
Thank you for always listening.
Peace out, Ash.
No problem,
Appreciate
man.
you, bro.
Always good to talk to you, bro.
Take care, man.
By the way, just real fast, Garrett. I believe Garrett's had one below 500 season. So for all the dogging that you guys do on this guy, and the Giants haven't been 500 in how many years?
Yeah, but
you guys got to stop with the bullshit. Stop with the nonsense, really. Stop.
Yeah, but
listen, it's not bullshit though. He may have had some winning records in
I'm going to tell
Dallas.
you how Garrett.
He may have had some winning seasons, but the product on the field speaks for itself.
Right, but the product on the field is not because of him.
This not
What?
2012.
I
Bro, he
believe
had
Garrett
the best
coaches.
offensive line in the NFL for damn near a
I
decade.
believe Garrett
And
coaches an
He had
offense
Tony
according to the
Romo.
O-line he
had
has.
Des Bryant.
You understand?
He had
Yeah, I understand what you're
This
saying,
is-
but the thing is,
he
even
had
when
the
our
Michael
offensive line has been
Murray.
relatively healthy and playing decent football, he's still been incredibly frustratingly conservative with some terrible play calling and an offensive scheme that hasn't been effective in damn near a decade.
1 minute.
This
He opened up the
2014.
offense against the Redskins and the Saints, and then we caught all
This is
those injuries at
2021.
once, you know? So,
This is not
Thomas was the big
2014.
one.
Oh, dude.
Andrew Thomas.
2015.
Two people talking
This
at
is
once. Who's talking?
2021.
Yeah, I can't. Go ahead.
My
Go ahead,
fault.
Ash, before you leave.
I just want to say, this not 2014. I don't want somebody that needs perfect, perfect players or perfect O-line, DeMarco Murray, all these boys just to be average. I need somebody that can capitalize off of average play and turn it into something great.
And yeah, sorry.
I was just saying, I'll still be listening, but I'll catch y'all later.
Have a good
And
one.
on
Ash.
that note that Ash brings up, I think that's exactly what I would agree with, which is that, yeah, there's been some unfortunate shit, but your job is to get through that as the coach. And for me, I look at an example like Greg Roman. Obviously, they just faced an incredible game plan against the Dolphins, one tough game, but he's played this entire year without the first-round receiver they drafted, their franchise right tackle that the front office traded away because he didn't want to play in Baltimore anymore, their starting running back, their backup running back, and their third-string running back, and they've still been an incredibly productive offense under all of
And
that.
their left tackle, too, who was out for the year as well.
Oh,
But
Ronnie
he's
Stanley. How could I
understanding
forget?
how to use Lamar. Like, that's the thing with Greg Roman. He never understood how to use Lamar until he understood that Lamar's his own player. He's not going to change how he plays, and that's what he needed to understand, and that's why Lamar looks so good now.
Yeah, and Greg Roman, to his credit, he's done so much adapting and changing over the course of his tenure as the offensive coordinator in Baltimore, and his scheme now is exactly what a lot of us are talking about with playing to the strengths of your players. He's letting Lamar be the decision maker in the run game. He's giving him easy looks on the pass game, and he's taking advantage of his offensive line mismatches where he has them, and not trying to overreach and do what he can. So I think for me, when I look at that solid scheme, and I look at the creativity he has in the run game, I see an offensive coordinator that's doing his job and doing it well, and that's what I want from the Giants.
Piggyback off of that, we had a conversation in the stream the other day about the quarterback having that wristband with the plays on it that he can lift up and call the plays on the field and audible and change stuff up at the line. And we were asking ourselves on the stream, has any of us ever seen Daniel Jones with that on in his wrist? And I don't think any of us have, because they have not given him command or control of this offense, yet you're asking him to be the team leader and command the team down the field and score.
Yeah, to address that, because I wasn't there when you guys were talking about it.
Easy.
I also don't know that I've seen the wristband. I haven't really been looking for it. I will say I'm not sure I totally agree with that, just because we've seen him audible so much and we've seen him adjust plays at the line. I think,
right, but when he did that, Garrett was pissed and he was noticeably grimacing and shaking his head.
Yeah. If I can give a response to that, I don't really give a flying fuck what Jason Garrett thought of it when he adjusted the play, because a lot of times when he adjusts the play, it works out really well.
Yep.
So for me, it's like, it may be that he doesn't trust him, and that's, in my opinion, pretty clear at this point. But I do think Daniel Jones has the authority to change plays of the line, to call audibles. And personally, I'd like to see him do it more. He's been doing it more and more over the last 2 seasons. One time you really saw him start to take the kid gloves off was against the Bengals last season. He had a couple of really nice plays off the back of line adjustments, and that worked really well. We can address that troll another time. But for Daniel Jones, I think the fact that he's become so effective at the line and started to make those adjustments, started to expose defenses when he sees a look he likes, that to me is a great sign of a developing quarterback and a sign of a guy that the game is starting to slow down a little bit. He's starting to get there in processing. He's starting to get there in his mentals.
You look like you burn crosses on the weekend.
Wow. That's a great point, Nate. But look, The whole Jason Garrett thing, man, it's really hard to see about him as well because, like people say, he has the same ineptitudes Daniel Jones has. He doesn't have an offensive line, and his playmakers are injured as well.
Sure.
You got to be fair to him at that point. And like Miz say, even though it's been a long time, he never had an under 500 season with the Cowboys. I think he had one. I think it was one.
Not you, Double Easy. You fam.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who that comment was to.
Mm-hmm.
That was something.
But look, this second half of the season, I'll continue to say it's gonna show the weaknesses either in Daniel Jones or Jason Garrett, because our whole team is going to be healthy, and I don't think anybody else is going to go down like that too much more in the second half of the season. I think injuries are out of the way. Yeah, knock on wood, real talk.
Exactly, yeah.
With a whole squad out there, with a healthy Saquon, a healthy Andrew Thomas, a healthy receiving core, we're going to see what's up. And I truly believe this guy's making Daniel Jones a one-read quarterback, and he's forcing him to run these plays and say, it's going to work. Look at Evan Ingram here. It's going to work. Look at Slayton right here. And if it's covered, Daniel Jones, I continue to make him, he's like a robot. He's going to do exactly what you tell him to do, exactly how you tell him to do it. And I believe that Jason Garrett, I think he needs to calm his ego down and let somebody bring in some different type of concepts to this offense. Those concepts that was ran with the New Orleans Saints, I don't understand why we don't do that more. Those flood concepts we were running, they were working. So I don't understand it.
And that's what's even more frustrating to me is that. Sorry, I'll be quick here, Big Plus Light. That's what's even more frustrating.
I was just gonna say,
is that he finds something that works, and then for some reason he just doesn't use it anymore. And I understand sometimes it's a cat and mouse game with play calling and all that, but against the Raiders, right? He was doing some great stuff with shifting the pocket and getting that line moving early and trying to mask the fact that he had two awful tackles. And the pass game was working off the back of it. And we just kind of stopped. And that was something. That was a decision that got made. I guess that is an adjustment, even though it's an adjustment in the wrong direction. So that's something there for Jason. But for me, it's just when it's one step forward, two steps back. Like, he made a couple in that Saints game, man. He made a couple of really nice play calls. The offense was being creative. They were getting aggressive. They were driving the ball down the field. And then we get inside the 5-yard line, and we're handing off jet sweeps to Evan Ingram. Like, come on, man. What are we doing, Jason? Like, it's not as difficult as you make it look, honestly.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say one thing. Two things. You say what you need to say first, and then I will go swing.
Yeah, Joe was
not
sleeping.
No, it's
What
not
do you all
actually. He ain't that old.
That man is slumped out. Bro.
What I missed here?
He said you were
Joel, they thought you went to sleep.
No, I'm over here just looking at, listening to you guys talk and
wiping your
comment.
drool off your leg.
Joe Loki is on his phone a lot. I be seeing him do that a lot. Like, I just be, you be on your phone a
I'm
lot.
always
but,
looking up stuff. I'm looking up info.
First things first. I want to apologize to Miz because he said what this guy was, and I still let him come on when I find out what he was. So I want to apologize to Miz. Should have listened to you. You're always right when it comes to things like that. Second, Joe, I know this is your friend, so I hope you're not uneasy about anything. The reason why you've been so quiet.
I'm just sitting here. Man, I ain't getting in the middle of shit, man. You know what? Bobby's got to beef with you. You guys got to beef with Bobby. I'm nowhere in the middle of this. I'm just sitting here.
I don't have any problem with Bobby
Joel,
personally
you know Bobby?
Yeah, I know Bobby.
Like in real life?
No, not real life, just from streaming and everything. He comes on my streams and
got it.
We've talked stripper stories. It's not always
Eagles industry. Yeah, he's always around.
He expected me on my channel. If you guys felt that Bobby was man, it's your channel. You do what you want on your channel. Your stream, you do what you want. And if somebody wants to get mad at me because I'm not standing up for somebody, I'm sorry, man. I mean, I'm not going to get in the middle of a beef between two guys. I did that shit before and got burned. I ain't doing it. I'm too goddamn old for this. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I'm too old for this, bro.
Dude, I feel the same way as you,
Joel Murtaugh in the stream tonight. Man. Come on.
Listen, I'm too crippled to run, and I'm too old for an ass whooping. Where do you think that leaves me?
Just forget about it.
Do your dance. Do your dance, Joe.
Yeah, that's right. Shake that ass.
You know what he wrote?
Bitch,
Miz,
you
I'm not the
let me
one.
see
Try
it.
me. You know, I would love to try this guy.
Yo, people be doing a lot of whooping through the YouTube industry and stuff.
But I just want to make sure my guys are cool, man, because y'all been with me since day one, and I don't want no foolishness to get in between.
The funny thing about this guy is the Eagles will lose Sunday, and if we somehow won Monday, you won't see this guy for a month.
I'm old school. If you're gonna come at somebody, don't expect backup, man. Do it on your own too.
Damn right.
I can't help it. You know, it's
Damn
like
right.
I come out
Listen.
and say shit all the time. You know what? You guys killed me with the Jimmy Garoppolo shit. That was only because I threw a name out there and y'all just hammered me.
That
Did I miss something here? What was the Jimmy Garoppolo shit?
Your Jimmy Garoppolo can make it good.
Exactly. I just
someone educate me. I'm excited to learn what I've missed.
No, he said he liked Jimmy Garoppolo as a quarterback, and everybody jumped
Over
down the
Deshaun
throat.
Watson.
Yeah,
over
Deshaun Watson?
His stance was clearly because of the allegations. It wasn't.
Yeah. So are we talking as a quarterback or as a massage client?
Well,
which one? He was talking about the character flaws.
Listen, all I did is somebody says, well, who's better? And the first name off my head was that guy. I was getting ready to name a couple of more. But the minute I said that, Pat, and everybody just completely crushed me. But I got revenge on Pat one night because Jimmy could drive with the 49ers and almost beat the freaking Ravens. Yep. And Pat was sitting there going, oh, my God, if I have to say Jimmy Garoppolo is a good quarterback, I'm going to shoot myself. Yeah, he was.
Dude.
He's like,
I'll give you one thing, Joe. I'll give you one thing, Joe. In one of the Eagles callings, this is like the Eagles guy. Like, he's big for, like having, like dumb takes or whatnot. I'm going to just call it like that. But he said Jalen Hurts is better than Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, and Lamar Jackson, and even compared them to Patrick Mahomes. So it's really not that bad if you look at it for yourself. So I'm not even
for real.
Yeah, and by the way, Joel, my only reaction to that, because clearly it's done, it's over with, this conversation was had. The only thing I'm gonna say is there is no list ever for anything, good or bad, that Jimmy Garoppolo is the first name I think of for. He's not even the first name I think of for San Francisco quarterbacks.
Pat, pull Tudo's comment.
Who won last week? 49ers?
Tudos.
You cheated the system again.
The Cardinals won that game, Joel.
You cheated the system again, Joel. You cheated it.
And I got
the system again.
I got crushed again, Nate, because I took Miami.
Really?
These guys.
He cheated. He cheated in some type of way. He
I
cheated
took
the system.
Miami. They're like, what's the score, Joel? I said 24-17. And I said, I figure a game right around there. I said the Ravens will score a late touchdown. And Pat looks at me and says, the Ravens were. You're smoking crack if you think the Ravens will only score 17 points.
Hey, man.
If they don't throw that pick, it was 22-17. God damn it. You know what?
Listen, man. When you're right, you're right. I got to give it to you. That is a tremendous pick. That is nice.
The whole panel picked the Ravens.
If you would have put money on that, you would have been rich.
50. He said it will be.
Imagine if you would just walk to your bookie, put down a quick hundo on that.
I know.
Be reaping the rewards right about now.
That's what I said, Mac. Joe brought out that Back to the Future almanac for that Miami.
He did.
Oh,
nice,
man.
Mac.
For real.
That is facts.
But
that's a reference you don't hear. You don't hear enough of that reference, honestly. That needs to come out more.
Spero che tu abbia passato una bella giornata.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cool.
Already then.
Yeah, I'll have some.
Wait a minute, I had a pick of the year also, okay?
Italian.
I had picked
I was reading
Denver
Italian,
Broncos to
fellas.
win over Dallas
Kudos.
outright. Okay.
Yeah, he did do that too. Miz did pick.
And I did put some dollars on it, and I did get back a healthy amount.
Nice.
That was what's up.
For me, like, I'll say this. I'll never be a sports bettor just because they're like, look at the Ravens-Dolphins game, man. When stuff like that can happen, I'll keep my money in the bank. Thanks. That's just how I look at it.
Even the Monday night game where the Rams didn't even show up, that was surprising.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
It's so random.
It was a good game, but I didn't think they were going to get destroyed like that. That was.
Oh my god, that game last week was painful.
Y'all killed me.
That was just the NFL's.
The Cardinals this week.
That,
But
listen,
honestly, I could see the Seahawks winning.
we can talk about that in a minute because we will have words about that one. But in terms of the Niners-Rams game, that was honestly just the latest NFL edition of this week's. Sure, why not? Because the entire league has just been insane this year. I mean, come on. Narratives out the window. Everything from preseason expectations out the window. It makes no sense at this point. But anyway, I'm sorry. Did I hear you say you think the Seahawks are going to beat the Cardinals?
I said I could see them beating the Cardinals. I didn't say it
was
will
your words,
happen.
okay.
I said there's a very high
No, you stick with your stance, Slay.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna say it. I'm
believe
gonna
that
say it.
too.
I'm gonna say it.
Listen to the panel coming in behind him.
The
Panel's
Seahawks
trying to
are
pump
gonna
up
beat the
Big Play
Cardinals.
Slay.
I'll go with that. I think the Seahawks are going to beat the Cardinals.
Is Kyler Murray playing?
Oh, that's a good question. I had assumed he was playing, but that's an excellent question, Jeff.
Yeah, if Hopkins and Murray are playing, then it's a different story.
Yeah, if Hopkins and Murray are playing, I'm not.
Because Seattle's due for a win big time.
Right.
I'm going to have to.
And Russell Wilson needs to get in the groove with things.
So here's my thing. For Seattle, I admit that I didn't exactly project a Russell Wilson injury, but I didn't think they were going to be a good team this year. I just don't believe in Seattle, specifically because I think Pete Carroll is washed up big time. And I think Russell Wilson has been struggling for so long, and they just can't get over that hump. And I think this is going to be the year where, after a bunch of weeks making the playoffs and not quite climbing the mountain, I thought they were going to fall off. And so far, that's what we're seeing. Now, I grant you, Russell Wilson's been out a few weeks. But even with Russell Wilson there, they have not looked good. That team has not played well, and I just don't see it in an extremely competitive NFC West.
Free Wilson. Free Russell Wilson.
Free him and go where?
I think Wilson's not going to be there next year. I'll be honest.
We need to stop with this free everyone crap, man.
The Broncos would be so good for Russell Wilson.
I think the Broncos are
good for any quarterback.
I think the Broncos are going to get at least
without a
one
quarterback.
I think they're going to get a quarterback.
The thing you don't understand about Russell Wilson is he's not going to go anywhere that his wife wouldn't want to be at.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
He's
fact.
going to want to be in a big market.
You know where he wants to go? He wants to go to the Giants. Let's be honest. He does. He really does.
Okay.
And we'll take him and pay him $100 million a year. Sure, why not?
New York. New York is her
to be in New
favorite
York.
spot. She wants to be in New York, and I believe he would come to New York if we offered anything for him. I just don't see paying Russell Wilson that much money right now.
Well, listen, that's the thing, is that the Saints have disproven the salary cap. The Rams have not only disproven it, they've flipped it the bird. Listen, if we want to take out our checkbooks and pay Russell Wilson $300 billion a year to play for the Giants, let's do it, baby. Let's get him in here. Come on, let's go.
Now, I will say it will be exciting to have a Russell Wilson.
Oh, my God. Russell Wilson and Saquon Barkley in the same backfield? Oof. Can you imagine that? With Tony, too?
Listen, that sounds great, and I'm sure I'd be incredibly excited. Hell, I'd probably even buy a jersey. But I am so goddamn over it with this team right now that it just. Do you ever feel like this team doesn't deserve good things? That's kind of how I feel with this moment right now. Because listen, if there's anyone that could manage to have Saquon Barkley, Russell Wilson, Kenny Golladay, Sterling Shepard, Kadarius Toney, Darius Slayton, Evan Ingram, Kyle Rudolph, and whoever we draft this year, and still fuck it up, it's our current offensive coordinator and head coach combination. And we've already seen we've already seen that Russell Wilson, he can put in a valiant effort of carrying a terrible offensive scheme, but there is only so much that man can do, you know? So, listen.
By the way,
I'm sure it would be a wonderful pipe dream. It would be awesome, but I think I'll choose option C, jump off a bridge.
Yeah, but by the way, Nate,
Good.
how many games did you have the Eagles win this year? I'm curious. I forgot.
I think I projected them for 4-13. I think it was.
Damn.
What do you mean? Damn.
That's
how much I thought.
Elaborate, Big Play Slay.
Wow.
Tell me that's not
like
an
at
accurate.
least 7 or 8
Tell me that's not an accurate assessment of what your roster is.
Not talented.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Talent here and there. And
Lou wants the link, Pat.
Yeah,
Slay a lot of
get it to him.
This is specifically for Nate, not you, Lou. I'm like,
dude.
Hey, you know, listen. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at the schedule. I'll tell you guys what. If you got an extra $10, throw it on the Lions. Lions are playing the Browns.
That's ballsy. That is ballsy. You know, I like that. That's a good cheap bet. I like that from Joel.
You know what? That might, because Baker Mayfield's got that knee contusion.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Landry's banged up too.
Landry,
Double easy.
Baker Mayfield.
I mean,
I wouldn't put anything more than like that $10 you're talking about,
but you
I
know what?
like
$10,
I
$10
like
could turn
that.
into what, 140 real quick, you know, and you're not losing that much.
That's a good one.
That's a game you might want to.
What's the spread right now, at Joel?
Let me click on it
10.
and see if
I
it
think it's
shows
10.
me.
10 points.
Yeah. Miz probably knows better than I do. I don't get a lot of
Then
spread.
we'll take Mrs. word for it. 10 points.
There's 10 or 10.5 right there.
All right. Well, either way, like they've been playing a lot of really great teams, super close.
Exactly.
Those teams were healthy at the time. I'd take that. I'd take those odds.
The Ravens had to hit a 66-yard field goal to beat it.
100% you take the
Wait,
Lions.
Joel, you said Baker
By the way,
Come on, they tied the Steelers. They tied the Steelers.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Steelers beat the Browns.
by the way, Justin Tucker is the greatest kicker of all time.
Right.
Just gonna
I
say.
had them last week at 8 points. The Lions. They were +8.
If I'm looking at an upset special next week, I mean, I'm going to look at the Lions really freaking hard, man, guys. I'm not kidding.
That's facts. That's facts.
Sooner or later, the Lions are going to win one of these games.
Exactly.
They are. They are.
I mean, they tied, so I mean, what else?
Well, not only that, I could see the Lions only having to lose on a late field goal, so you got your 10 points to cover.
Sure, yeah.
Listen, the Jets are the worst team in football, hands down, man.
Oh, God.
They are. I'm not making a joke. They are.
They're bad. They're very
What
bad.
about the
Right now,
fall
you
of
hear
Mike
what's going
White?
on the radios. It's turmoil.
What
Salas
about the
fighting
fall
with
of
Rex.
Mike White in 2 weeks? Mike White.
By the way, can we
everybody
talk
wants
about the
Mike White.
fact? Sorry, can we talk about the fact that the Jets had no quarterbacks on their roster this offseason, so they just auto-generated 3 players from Madden? Zach Wilson,
Literally, yeah.
Mike White, Josh Johnson. Tell me those aren't auto-generated names. That is. There's no way those are 3 real people they went out and signed. I don't believe it.
And they let
That's
let
insane.
Flacco go, only to bring him back by giving them a 6th-round pick to the Eagles, which makes absolutely no sense at all.
No, I disagree. That makes a lot of sense for the simple reason that they're the goddamn Jets.
Well, of course, yeah. Only the Jets would be the ones to do
So Howie
something like
Roseman
that.
clearly finessed that team.
Oh, shut up. I'm so
That's
tired
the
of that.
only time
You
we're-
can't call it a finesse
That's
for a
not-
6th-rounder. That's garbage. No, but seriously,
that 6th
like,
round is not going to turn into anything more than like
you gotta respect something, though. You have to respect the Jets' commitment to being the Jets. There's something there. There's something to the consistency of just... They're upholding a reputation, man. There has to be someone in the league that you can depend on year in and year out to be a laughingstock, and it's them. So hats off to the Jets for sucking.
Miami plays the Jets this week.
Hey,
Oh.
only
Oh,
only,
yeah.
only the New York
That's
Jets.
disgusting.
Only the New York Jets would hire Adam Gase as a GM after firing Mike McCagnon after he drafts those players in that draft. And then you said, all right, McCagnon, your job is done. Goodbye. Adam Gase, you're the interim GM. Only the Jets would do something like that.
Adam Gase is a name that deserves to never be spoken again in any conversation about football ever.
Oh,
honestly,
there we go. Giants fans, Adam Gase for GM. Yeah,
shut up.
Yes.
Stop.
Stop
saying these words. Stop saying these words. Stop letting them leave your mouth. I don't want to hear it anymore, Joel. You're going to curse us.
What up, Zion?
Hey, what's up, Zion?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Zion?
Monday night. What up, fams? When the Giants. Let's
get it. Yo, man. Yo, Zion. Zion, I got a tip for you.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you look at the Lions? They're plus 10 against Cleveland. I think the Lions could beat Cleveland, dude. Put $10 on it.
Yeah, I might probably parlay it with some other teams.
There you go.
Take the Lions money line.
That would be a hell of a parlay right there.
By the way, only in this weird backwards upside down season could I say the following two sentences. I do believe the winless Lions could beat the really strong Browns. I also believe the Browns are going to go to the Super Bowl this year.
Whoa, I want to get into that, but real fast.
Oh, hold on. That man said, you said
Monday
who?
night when the
Browns are going to go to the Super Bowl. I said it preseason. I'm sticking by it.
Wow.
I'm sticking by it. As soon as Baker gets healthy.
Nate. That is a bold take.
I'm taking it.
Wow. Go fast.
Wait, what you say?
He said.
I think I'll take the Browns going to the Super Bowl.
Go ahead, Zion.
I was just gonna say real fast. RIP, young Dolph. You know, another tragedy, another young loss. You know what I'm saying? I want to get into the Browns real fast, but first off, it is Wednesday, so I'm gonna come at you guys with some early news. You know what I'm saying? So we still got Nick Chubb.
Hold on.
Hold on. When you do it.
Oh, you got the.
I gotta get myself one of these, man.
Two blondes, a redhead, and a brunette.
That's never gonna get old.
So we got Nick. We got Nick Chubb still on COVID. Basically COVID. Missing the word, but you guys get it. He's not gonna be starting.
COVID reserve.
Thank you, Nate. Basically the whole running back deployment. Everyone but Dearness Johnson. So if you're playing DraftKings at 5,600. That's obviously the best value play at the running back position. Obviously, I'm going to go look into main slate when I'm talking about straight up bets. I'm talking about money lines. I'm talking about what Joe was saying with the lines. I go look in it. But right now, as for his DraftKings, I also got another running back in the Devontae Foreman. Like, at 4,900, you're really reaching there. Devontae Foreman is not really that running back that you're expecting to get over 100 yards. What you really want with, if you're going to play him at 4,900, is you want the touchdown with him. Now, if they get 2 receptions last week for 48 yards, you're going to get 6 points based off of that alone. But just with a 50,000 salary, I'm leaning more of the pay up for Johnson. But right now we have Foreman at 4,900. As week goes on, I'll look into it, and I'll probably give you guys updates on Pat's stream on Fridays, so stay tuned for that. And I'll have some sleepers at the wide receivers. We're not really digging deep, but if y'all played Van Jefferson on Monday, he did pretty good. So hopefully you guys follow with that.
And by the way, I do want to say this preemptively because I don't want to ever hear anyone say that I'd run from an argument because I defend my takes. But once we do talk a little bit about the Browns thing, and you guys can come at me after that, I'm gonna hop off the stream.
Well, I'm gonna start it now.
Yeah, go right ahead. Let's talk about it.
We were gonna get into that. Let's get it. Because I got the Browns not even for AFC. I still have the Chiefs coming together with it, and I have the Bills represented. The Bills and the Chiefs. NFC.
We know you love the Bills so much, Zion. We know you love them. We know that. We know you love.
What's your past take on this?
Try to bring that same discussion to this stream. Go ahead, Slay. Go ahead, bring it up. Bring it up. You're not gonna bring that up, huh? Because you know that's facts.
What about the Browns?
Pat is so tired of my bullshit right now. I love the look on his face as he's doing this. Like,
Super Bowl. That's it. Done. I said it in
What about
August,
the
and I
Browns
stayed
like
with it.
so much
Green
they
Bay's
think
winning
they're
the Super
gonna win
Bowl.
the Super Bowl?
Hey, what up?
I will
out
tell
there?
you exactly. First off, I didn't say win. I said go to. Let's
Oh,
get that
Authentic
straight.
joins at the right time. What up, Authentic?
Let's get that straight real quick. I
What's
said
up?
go
What's
to.
up, Authentic?
What's up, Authentic? Good to see you, bro. Always great to see you popping into the stream. You're just
Real
in
fast-
time to see
real
me
fast,
fight
Nate. I'll
8
let you
people
go,
on
but
stream.
Miz,
Nate,
real fast. I'll let you go, but Miz, real fast. Miz, I got Green Bay losing to the Rams. I got the Rams built up as a super team to represent the AFC. Rams versus Bills in Los Angeles. And I said Rams. I said Rams before the beginning of the season. I said Bills.
Yeah, so did I actually. But before I'll tell you right now, my preseason prediction was Rams-Browns Super Bowl. But I will tell you exactly what I like about the Browns. I think the Browns are in a position right now where they're in a rough patch in the middle of their season. They're in a position to come together at exactly the right time as they get healthy and as they get their players back and as they get their collective shit together to build up momentum going into the postseason. And that is absolutely huge. Momentum going into the postseason
Like the
time and time
Bucs.
again does play a factor, just like the Bucs. So for me, I see the Browns and I see an incredibly well-coached team with a strong identity, and I see a running game that once Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are back and healthy, that's one of the best running games in the league. Obviously, with Kareem Hunt, that's a different story. But once Nick Chubb is back, I see him going right back to business. I see him still doing his stuff. And the thing is, a lot of people are going to talk about the Odell move. I don't think they're losing that much from production. Obviously, losing Odell is never a good thing. But the problems that were happening in Cleveland, whoever's fault they were, meant that Odell wasn't being a part of the game plan. He wasn't really an active target for Baker Mayfield for whatever reason. But for me, I don't think that's going to hurt them too much. They still have a couple of really fast tight ends. They have one of the strongest offensive lines in the conference, and they have a defense with a lot of talent. That defense has some steps to take, I grant you, but Myles Garrett is there. That corner room is insane. They have a couple of defensive tackles that I like a lot more than some other people, and I think the Browns are poised to make a run at it this year.
Anybody hear me?
Yes, I
I
can.
can hear you now.
No, I can't hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
The only reason I'll say the Browns still have a chance is because that AFC is so wide open and there's really no team in that conference that you could say convincingly is going to run away with it. Maybe the Bills, but that's really it.
No.
So
Bills
I think it's the opposite, actually. I think the AFC right now is deceptive because people look at the records and think it's not as strong as maybe we expected it to be. I think it's the opposite. I think all these teams are just cannibalizing each other in the record column and the win-loss. I think this is a meat grinder of a conference. And right now, I think if you took the 7 playoff teams from the AFC and the 7 playoff teams from the NFC, I would take the AFC in that matchup.
I think I would too.
On that note, I just want to say that when we come out and stomp the shit out the Bucks Monday night, we're gonna win the next game after that, and the next game after that, and run off an 8-in-a-row win streak and go 11-6 to end the season. Because I'm back on my bullshit, and I just wanted to say that. You know, what
Hey
I'm
man,
saying?
add respect for that
Bucks
take.
and the Browns and everybody else.
I
But the Giants
hope it comes true, man. I
are
hope
gonna
it comes
stomp
true.
the Bucks.
Endless respect for that take right there.
But
I love he
look,
always sticks by it too.
you got the Cleveland Browns making the Super Bowl.
I do.
So do you think they could beat the Chiefs?
I do.
A healthy Chiefs team getting back in that groove. You think they could beat
I
the
do.
Chiefs?
I think they could beat the Chiefs.
They can, but they won't.
Beat the Titans.
That's the thing. They can,
Yeah, the
but they
Titans.
won't.
What was that, Miss?
I say they can, but they won't.
Okay,
Nah, that's a matter of opinion. Sure.
Yeah, well,
That's a fair take.
I told Pat 3 weeks ago that the Chiefs.
Now that's never going to get old.
That was before the
It
Giants.
never will. That's going to be wonderful forever.
I like that.
I told Pat before the Giants game, the Chiefs will get their stuff together and they will go on a big run. And now you're seeing it.
Yeah, they are going on a big run. They look like they're back a little bit. I have to see them the next week to see if they're truly all the way back. Because if they're all the way back, they're going to be a force in the NFL, not just the NFC. I mean AFC.
What this
I'll say this: you brought the Chiefs up specifically. I think the Browns are the team to beat the Chiefs, if not maybe the Ravens, just because right now the entire identity of the Chiefs after that game anyway, after Patrick Mahomes had his I'm back performance and all that. Let's say they are building up that momentum. That's the Chiefs that we expected coming into the year. Their identity is an offense that can kill you and a defense that will kill itself. So for me, I see that Chiefs team, and I see the real strategy to beating them being keeping Patrick Mahomes off the field as long as possible. And that's a run-first approach that the Browns certainly have, that a team like the Ravens has, and I think that's a team that can beat the Chiefs.
And I think the Giants are the team that can beat the Bucks.
I respect that he is just consistently on his bullshit. I love that. That is 10 out of 10.
They'll never get off of it.
You have to will it into existence. You have to
get into existence.
He even had Pat saying it.
You have to bring it from the ether into the physical.
So Lou, what you're saying?
Take the Giants plus 10 or plus 11, whatever the spread's going to come out to.
Oh, by the way, I just got the notification on my computer, and I don't want to just dip out for no reason. My computer's at 1% battery. So I will stay on as long as possible. When the screen just goes black and I'm not here anymore, that's going to be why. Just letting you know. It's about 30 seconds away, give or take.
So Lou is saying if you say it enough times, it will come true, right?
Sure, why not?
Oh my God, let my wife turn into a smoking hot redhead. Oh my God, please let my wife turn into a smoking hot redhead. Oh my God, please let my wife turn into a smoking hot redhead.
No, that's the thing. You're doing it wrong, though. You're saying, oh my God, please let. That's not what it is. You have to believe it and will it into existence.
Okay? You have to say my wife will.
Turn into a redhead.
You gotta figure that at some point. At some point, the Giants win one of these nationally televised games.
Yeah, we're due to win. We're due to win a primetime game, man.
We are.
I mean, we're hoping.
We haven't won a primetime game in a long time.
Oh man, the computer's slowing down. It's getting to that point where everything's starting to slow down. The mouse is dragging a little bit. It's coming, baby. It's coming.
That's all you're gonna see.
It's gonna happen.
It's coming.
That's what she said.
But before your computer goes off, I'm just gonna tell you, you're crazy for thinking the Browns are gonna make it to the Super Bowl.
Maybe I am. We'll see.
Maybe next year when that defense gets itself together. Maybe next year, but I don't think Baker Mayfield's the quarterback to do it.
We'll see. We'll see. I understand why you say that. It's a totally valid take. I've given you why I think what I think. You disagree. That's it.
It could definitely happen.
See, now that's how adults have a disagreement.
You see these teams get hot.
That's what I was getting ready to say, Lou. I said, guess what, Lou?
It's possible.
Man, it must suck to be less mature than a 17-year-old.
Yeah,
it's gotta suck,
guess
Bobby.
What, Bobby Murphy, me and Nate disagree.
It's all right.
He's still on the channel. He's still right there.
He's still on the channel. Still there. Just out here surviving, man.
God dog it, I wish Slay was on the stream so I could do it.
There's another team that can get hot in the AFC and go, and that's the Colts. If things come together.
Yes, Miz, great point. Miz, great point.
All Carson Wentz has to do is be a decent quarterback, and they
got a great defense.
All he has to do is not be Carson Wentz.
Exactly.
That's all he has to do. All Carson Wentz has to do is take general manager powers and trade for an actual quarterback, and then the Colts are good to go. That's it.
Taylor's an absolute monster.
Oh, Taylor's a beast.
Their defense is so good.
How he wasn't the first running back off the board is beyond me.
You know who's not gonna go, and they're gonna have a great regular season, but they're not gonna win many playoff games, and that's the Titans. They're gonna run out of gas at the wrong time. You'll see.
I 100% agree with that.
I believe so
hear my sleeper pick?
Who's that?
Let's hear this sleeper pick.
The New York Giants come out and stomp a mud hole in Tampa Bay.
Wait, hold on. Carson Wentz has 17 touchdowns and only 3 picks.
That can't
be right. True?
That can't be true.
That cannot be accurate. There's no way it's only 3 picks
in that Titans game.
Hold up.
Let me see.
Please check that before.
I mean, they could definitely win with Wentz. They could definitely win with Wentz.
Now listen, I trust Authentic like more than just that.
He's right.
3 interceptions.
He's right.
That's fact.
How is that a thing?
Authentic doesn't lie.
178 yards.
Authentic, man.
Authentic doesn't lie. He gives real stats.
Facts, absolutely.
Man.
That's amazing.
Oh, to be an Eagles fan. Oh my God, we got rid of a guy that has 17 touchdowns and 3 picks. Oh my God, we got rid of a Super Bowl winning coach. Oh my God, we had a statue. Oh my God.
Oh God, the statue. Oh
man.
Both of them gone within 3 years. Philadelphia, never change.
They tore down the statue of their only Super Bowl winning coach.
By the way, the actual spelling is PHILTHADELPHIA. Excuse me. So just remember that it's not Philadelphia; it's Philadelphia. And if you don't spell it that way, you will offend Big Play Sly. So just get that right for the future.
Hey, I wore my Eli Manning jersey right down to the Philly market one day. I ain't afraid to wear my Eli Manning. They're like, oh, look at that. Somebody that's on the bandwagon. I said, does this shirt look old or does this look brand new? Yeah, he goes, well, yeah, it does look kind of old. I was like, yeah, no shit.
Jonathan Taylor has
that guy has
17 touchdowns and only 3 picks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They got what's his name also. That guy Buckner's having a beast of a year, man.
On defense, yeah.
Yeah, and the Niners never should have got rid of him. But
I said that they should have signed Buckner and let Armstead go. That was the biggest mistake they did.
Well, they drafted Kinlaw, but he ain't no Buckner.
Yeah, but they signed the wrong defensive tackle and they let the better one go. That was the worst move they did.
Yeah.
It's no coincidence.
Well, what's going to happen is that they're looking ahead. They're going to have to pay Bosa big money, so I guess they're looking at it that way.
Probably.
Man, that's crazy, man. I didn't know that dude was playing like that, man. So what the hell has been going on over there?
I feel like it's got to be drop picks because I feel like every time I look up at a Colts game, there's something going into triple coverage. There's something going like 3 yards over the receiver's head. I feel like there's got to be some drop picks there.
We saw that play he made in the end zone when he did a pirouette and threw it right over to the guy.
Yeah.
And
he's done
some stupid plays.
But honestly, that's his only really bad play of the year.
Completion percentage is 63.5.
Yeah, and then there's 212.
The Colts are going to be a factor, man. Colts are going to be a factor. That's all I got to say. They're going to be a factor. The Titans are going to slow up at some point, and the Colts are going to get hot at the right time.
Yeah, I mean,
me too.
Same here. All of us that watch college football knew who Jonathan Taylor was.
And the Philadelphia Eagles fans, the bag.
There's the two Eagles jokes.
Oh, that's crazy. I did not know that dude was balling like that, man.
I mean, Authentic has been on that train about how Daniel Jones is, he should be getting a little bit more of the blame than he has been. He's not that great of a quarterback.
Oh, I know.
He has been on that train the whole time.
Listen, I mean, me and Authentic, I feel like I need to say before anything else is said, I have endless respect for him because he is one of those dudes that grinds out the numbers. And if he says something, it's because he knows that he has reason to believe it. So with that said,
I want whatever laptop you have because that 1% is lasting like a motherfucker.
Yeah, because listen, man, it's still on 1% as we speak. But me and Authentic, we disagree on a lot of things, and one of them I think is Daniel Jones because I just think I like him more than he does. But I will say one thing that I do love about Authentic's takes is he's never not rooting for Jones. Because a lot of people, like, what pisses me off to no end is the people who would rather be right than be happy. And they would rather see Daniel Jones crash and burn and see I was so right. How did we draft him at 6? Why did we stick with him for 3 years? He's garbage. Than actually see Daniel Jones become a good quarterback. So those people suck versus me and Authentic just having to disagree.
Yeah, Authentic usually doesn't speak unless he has facts behind what he speaks.
That's exactly right.
That's a great thing about Authentic.
He does the research.
He has the kind of discipline that I do not have.
Facts. I do remember him saying that Authentic. There
it goes. And we just lost Nate. He's turned into a spiral.
But Authentic, you also remember me saying we're gonna go 11-6. Now I'm giving you a bold prediction. Daniel Jones is going to throw 3 touchdowns. He's going to throw for 303 yards. He's going to go 26 out of 33, and he's going to run for 31 yards against the Bucs. And we're going to win with no.
And I'm going to trip over a lotto ticket on Sunday night, and I'm going to be a millionaire.
Hey, just remember your friends, Miz. Just remember your friends when you do that. Damn it.
Oh, what's this? Oh, the winning lotto ticket.
Hey, don't laugh. I was in a parking lot one time. I picked up a lotto ticket, and the guy only scratched half of it. I scratched the other half and won $50. Took it inside. So thank you.
That's $50.
But shout out to Nate. Shout out to Nate for coming on the channel. Hopefully he get to watch it on his phone. I like to appreciate him coming through, man. I always like Nate, man. Good kid, man. Knows what he's talking about.
So Mac,
if I could just say what's going on, something he was just
Mac, what's up, man?
Those people that just what's good that just want to see Daniel Jones fail because they just want to be right about him not being a pick at number 6 because he went to Duke. Those people do annoy me like so much too because I deal with them on a regular basis daily. Like some people just want to, like he said, they just want to. Oh yeah, we knew he was going to fail. We're going to just keep cheering for him to fail. You know what I mean? Instead of just rallying behind the kid. Because it's not my take on Daniel Jones is I don't think he's necessarily the answer. I don't know if he's necessarily going to be the long-time future for the Giants. But as long as he's a New York Giant quarterback, I'm going to have his back because that's what my job is as a fan. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel about it. We're fans at the end of the day. And like now, he's the quarterback for my team, so I'm going to support this kid any way I can, man. I'm not
Big Mac in the building.
I'm just not going to be can't be one of those people tearing him down just because he went to Duke, just because he shouldn't have been. He's been picked number 6 overall.
Talk your shit, man.
And at the end of the day, he was picked number 6 by us. He's our quarterback. I got the guy's back all day long, every day, and I'm going to keep speaking up for him, man.
And that's a lethal Mac attack right there.
Hold on. My thing is this. I didn't even get to say nothing about Jones tonight. Here, and you guys know. Here's my thing about Daniel Jones. If the Giants will go into this next draft, forget the last draft. I'm not even going to go backwards. Let's go forward. If the Giants go in the next draft and do the right thing on the O-line, I believe Daniel Jones could be a really good quarterback. He's not going to be Rodgers or Mahomes, but he's going to be a good enough quarterback that could be here for a long time and win you a Super Bowl. And I really believe that.
Yeah, give him the right. Put an offensive line in front of him, and he'll show you what he can do. He needs an offensive line in front of him. Unfortunately, he's not one of those type of quarterbacks that could just make something happen out of nothing all the time, like a Mahomes or somebody like that. But if you put an offensive line in front of him, a legit NFL offensive line, I think this kid can show you something, and I think he can lead us to the playoffs. Now, Matt, winning us a Super Bowl, yeah, he might be able to do that. I'm not even quite sure if he's able to pass for 402 yards in one game with 2 touchdowns. When he really should have had 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown in that game. I'm quite sure he can lead us in the playoffs. We put a good enough offensive line around him because we got the weapons. We just don't have the line.
Agreed.
Is it really about a star quarterback, or is it just about a quarterback to be just enough game manager under the offensive coordinator system where he can control the ball, the tempo, be a leader? I mean, if we look at some of these quarterbacks that won Super Bowls, I mean, guys, there's been some bad freaking quarterbacks.
Yeah, Trent Dilfer, Brad Johnson,
Jeff Great teams are built in the trenches, man. Great teams.
I mean, was Phil Simms the greatest thing? Look, I know it's a different time. I know it was
Joe
a different
Flacco.
time.
No,
Phil Simms was around with Joe Montana. Okay, so who's better quarterback, Montana or Phil Simms? Being a Giants fan, I loved Simms, but Montana was a better quarterback than Simms.
Oh, by a long shot.
Yeah,
but Simms got us 2 rings.
Hell, Drew Bledsoe played in the Super Bowl.
Joan fits the type of QBs that we won Super Bowls with. So, hey, listen, you want a guy who's going to give you great fantasy stats and be on ESPN every week, like the guy, Mahomes and Jackson, or you want a guy, and I'm not saying those guys are great, or you can have a guy who's a pocket passer who can win you a Super Bowl if you put a good defense around him and an average to good running game, which is what we've always done in our history.
That's a damn good question about
winning games right now, Miz.
Yes, I do see him better than Nick Foles in his prime. I do.
I do too.
This kid,
definitely.
this kid has to have a chance. Like
He would definitely be more consistent than Nick Foles. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I think Nick Foles is what he is. He's a great backup quarterback for any team to have, but he's not like he's not that guy that I just want to be like want to be my starter or franchise quarterback. I mean, he's a good, reliable backup quarterback.
Philadelphia's Hotstetler.
And got the job done. He finished that. Carson Wentz had damn near all MVP season that year. He got injured. Nick Foles stepped in, and he got the job done. You know what I mean?
That's a damn good comparison, Lou. It seems like he's like the Hostetler of the Eagles. That's exactly how it is.
Because when Hostetler went to the Raiders, they ain't do shit.
Exactly.
Sure did.
Believe me, I would love nothing more than see Jones win 31-24 and came back from behind one touchdown to win that game this Monday night in the fourth quarter. So we could shut the whole country up, and I want the whole country to watch it too. That's what I would love.
I don't want to come back. I want to lead from beginning to end. I want to win from beginning to end. Go up 7 and just keep fucking hammering, man. Just keep the gas down.
I think that was like his rookie year or second year. I remember that year.
Yeah,
they got his jersey hanging up in Canton over that season.
Yes,
one of his jerseys hanging up at the Hall of Fame.
Let's get it. Hey, you know what? Also, too, at Foles, he did throw for he did have a 7 touchdown game here. He had one game where he threw 7 touchdowns. That was pretty good job.
It was against the Raiders. I remember that. Yeah.
If he wants to start the comeback, this Monday night would be the best time.
Y'all probably don't remember this guy, but it was a guy named Stan Humphries that took the Chargers to the Super Bowl.
Oh my God, you're going way, way, way back.
Right.
Way
talking about
back.
against the 49ers?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I remember that. He beat Harbaugh in that AFC Championship game.
There's a guy named Neil O'Donnell that took Pittsburgh to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Neil O'Donnell, yep.
Well, yeah, Neil O'Donnell, he stunk it up in the Super Bowl too, though.
Yeah, because he went to the Jets and got crushed.
That Chargers team past talk about, if I remember, had Natron Means.
Man,
yes,
absolutely.
Y'all remember the tight end Papunu when he used to rip over the coconut and drink it? That team was off the chain.
Man, O'Neal, that was his last
By
year.
the way, I'll give you one game also, man. I'll give you a game I remember to today. 2007, the Patriots in the AFC title game, the game before we beat them in the Super Bowl 18-0. If Rivers had his running back and his tight end that game, they would have won that game. They only lost by 7.
And remember, Rivers was playing. Yeah, he was playing on a torn ACL that game too.
Yep.
And he didn't have the running back, which was LT, right? The Damian.
LT wasn't playing, and Gates wasn't playing.
Yeah.
And I think that was Rivers. That was Rivers' best shot at the Super Bowl. It came early in his career.
I agree.
Yo, Mac.
They had a couple of times they didn't beat the Patriots, though, man. They just couldn't get over that hump with the Patriots.
Did you see how he ejected Bobby Murphy with the big play slay button?
I did see that. I was driving. I almost lost it. I was driving when he did that.
That was pretty damn funny.
YouTube moment. That shit was historic.
Damn, it made me
Shout
crash.
out to Davey Anonymous. I've never seen you in the chat before, but thank you for tuning in, bro.
Welcome, Davey.
Not a subscriber already. Hit that subscribe button to everybody that missed Sunday puts in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Davey Anonymous.
No, I remember that one year where the Chargers were the #1 seed and everybody thought they were going to go to the Super Bowl and the Jets picked them off.
Trend this Monday, double easy. We're going to change that trend this Monday.
Davey says, "Yo,
okay,
yo." But
make sure you hit that subscribe.
Let's be real. I think everybody that's in this chat, at least that comes to my channel, is real about Daniel Jones. We're not saying that he's going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback and all that. He's going to be Mahomes.
We're saying he can be a good, decent game manager and get us to the big game, and with the right scheme, possibly win it.
Right.
I think what I've said about Daniel Jones is he's not as bad as people tried to say he was going to be. You know,
right?
He's proven he can play in this league. People try to act like this kid didn't belong in the NFL at all. Like, why do we use a number?
And that's stupid.
And he can clearly play at this level. It's just that he's not one of those guys that can put the team totally on his back. He needs support system around him. The guys got to make plays. Receivers got to catch their passes. I mean, everybody's got to make plays. Things got to be right, and the stars got to align for Daniel Jones. Otherwise,
and what makes it so crazy, when things are aligned right, your quarterback can do just about anything. As sorry as Mark Sanchez was, shit, he made it to the AFC Championship game twice. When that Jets defense was balling like that, and they had that good offensive line, and Braylon Edwards,
Santonio Holmes, yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, keeping it
building
real.
the line. That's all.
These guys are in the NFL for a reason, you know what I mean? We might call them bums ourselves when we saw it. We talk, but the reality is these guys are in the NFL. They're not bums. They're in the NFL for a reason.
Well, you could see that Jones is a hell of an athlete. You could see it, man.
I mean, let's look at the Saints game. I mean, Jones kept us in it for the first 3 quarters, and then the defense took over and allowed us to win the game.
Absolutely.
You don't got to
guys want to see. He
that
does
90-yard run against the Eagles, man, to see what a beast of an athlete he is, man.
What's that, Luke?
But here's the thing too. Like, you know, when you get drafted at 6, and obviously the narrative taking Jones at 6 was just negative off the jump. The narrative surrounding Jones was just negative. So in the division, the
Great
whole
analogy.
Yeah, straight away it was just hate right there because the mainstream media blew it up to just hate on him. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't deserve it and all that kind of stuff, right? So that being said, like within conversations within the division and rival opponents, like they blow everything up bigger than it has to be. But Daniel Jones is slowly breaking that narrative, but he just needs to continue to have good games. Like if he comes out on Monday and he, you know, obviously if you get the win and he doesn't have any fumbles, no turnovers, he plays a good game. He slowly, everyone respect's not given, you know, it's earned. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about that too is sometimes it's harder to earn. In Daniel's case, the narrative from the mainstream media made it harder for him to earn people's respect. So he has to do it again and again and again to change that narrative surrounding Jones.
Hold on 1 second. I wanted to say something after him because I was going to mention that and then Zion got to it. But I was going to say that listen to this very carefully because this is a fact. You're going to think it's my opinion, but it's a fact. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now. The reason why the mainstream hate Daniel Jones before he ever even get a chance is because David Gettleman drafted him. Bottom line. David Gettleman's been taking shit from the media forever.
That could be very true.
Yes, that is part of it, yeah.
If another GM took him, they might have said that was a good sleeper pick. So
I'm just sick of the people that's talking about why we drafted a quarterback from Duke, but then got all these same fans talking about let's draft this kid from Liberty. I'm like, what?
No.
I could care less where a quarterback is drafted. I don't care.
How's all the quarterbacks this season, right?
Yeah.
Besides Mac Jones, how's everybody doing this season, all the quarterbacks?
You don't want no quarterback in this coming draft. Trust me.
No.
You do not want any quarterback coming out of this draft.
No, I'm just talking about. I'm talking about people hate on Daniel Jones, but how is everybody else playing? Like your Zach Wilson's obviously he's hurt, but how did he play before he got hurt? You know, like your Trevor Lawrence's of the world.
Terrible. Trey Lance ain't even playing.
Absolutely.
Check it out. They hated on us because the whole media wanted the Giants to draft Haskins. Okay. Yep. And you hear the guy, what's his name on ESPN? He's always talking about it because he wanted to be the Giants GM, Reddick. He would have drafted Haskins. How's Haskins looking? Tell me.
Shit,
absolutely authentic. It is a setback. That's absolutely facts. That's why he has to. You know, he has to take 3 first steps forward, then he turns over. So that's 5 steps back. But Daniel Jones, I think I don't want to make an excuse because I'm tired of making excuses. But to Miz's point, you know, I think in the way of if he, you know, next season, if he actually gets some rippings in the draft that can actually block for him, maybe he can go ahead and take those 10, 15 steps forward.
Yes.
I just would love to see what the kid can do with a half decent offensive line.
Yeah,
hey, I think he'll ask a question. Why do Davey Anonymous have a picture of Rockwell?
That's who that is.
Is
I
it?
always feel like somebody's watching me.
Is that it? You know, for the longest, I always thought Michael Jackson made that song until I
He
really
sang
found
the
out who it
hook.
was.
He sang the hook. That was Barry
another
Gordy's nephew.
Another reason I
Rockwell was
wouldn't give up
Barry Gordy's
on
nephew.
Jones at this point, because he just went through 3 years of learning and struggling behind one of the worst O-lines in football and a lot of injuries on his team. So when you finally put a line in front of him, he's gonna be like, he's gonna just blow up. I'm telling you, he's gonna be really, really good because he went through mad adversity the last 3 years.
That's right. And then we're going to be
I hope
rocked
so, Miss. I
down
really hope
to Electric Avenue. And then we take it higher.
Wait, it's like who got drafted from Duke? Tell me, name some players that got drafted from Duke, guys.
Dave Brown.
You guys give Daniel Jones all this hate, right? But then it's like name some pro football players that got drafted with him. So who was he playing with? People that had football in mind, obviously, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he's out there playing with all pros and stuff like that.
Exactly, though. And he played in a pretty.
I'll tell you another thing. Pat,
Joel,
I know
Joel,
Pat's
you
big
are
on this.
something. You are something else, man. You are.
I was looking at
Oh,
a lot of highlights today of Evan Neal, man. That guy would look very big and pretty on the Giants line.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going top 10. I think Linderbaum's going top 10 as well. I think both.
Give me
of them
one.
go top
Just give
10.
me one. That's all I'm asking for. Give me one.
Yeah. I want Linderbaum. I'm really getting hype on that Linderbaum hype train. I want that kid now.
Man, listen, there's going to be a couple of really good linemen that are going to be available to us. So whether it's Linderbaum or the tackle from Alabama, there's a tackle from Georgia. He's got 607 snaps. He's yet to give up a pressure.
Evan Neal.
There's another guy that you're gonna get in the second round. They're projecting him to go to the Giants already, but it's too early. But Kennard, Pat from Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard about him.
Offensive tackle from Kentucky.
Darian Kennard, yes.
Well.
They would play him at guard. They're saying.
I think he goes first round though, man.
They say he's a first round talent that might slip into the second round, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
If we could get somebody like him in the second round, I would jump for joy because he would be awesome at guard. But I think this Isaiah Wilson kid is going to play in the next couple of weeks, man. At guard.
What Authentic just said with Andrew Thomas being important to DJ's success, he's absolutely right, though. Daniel Jones plays with a whole different confidence level with Andrew Thomas is out there
because he knew his back was protected.
Yeah, he knows his blind side is protected all the time.
It's just a whole different. That's a whole different mentality.
When you got a human wall out there, of course you're going to play better.
What up, Taj?
Taj.
Yo, guys, I'm gonna go to sleep. What's up, Taj? I'm gonna go to sleep, guys. But I'll watch a little and then fall asleep. I'm gonna hop off.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Good night, guys. This week, when are you doing your film thing, Pat? Film session?
I do it every Friday at the same time. The True Big Blue podcast.
And then Saturday night we'll be streaming the fight on Pat's channel.
Man, I got a busy.
What's the fight? Me and Bobby? Me and Bobby's
No.
Well,
it's
so then am I streaming the football game tomorrow night?
Porter and Terrence Crawford.
I mean,
okay.
It's between you and Lou. Whoever want to do the Thursday night game.
That's authentic. That is true.
What? Absolutely.
You want to do the stream, Lou, or you want me to tomorrow night?
He is.
No, you're not allowed to stream no more, Lou. You can't say 11-6 anymore. Stop it.
It's going to be the Patriots at the Falcons tomorrow night, Lou.
11-6. You going listen.
If we go out there and handle the Buccaneers on Monday night, I'll be a believer, Lou. I'll be a believer. If we go out there and handle them, I'm a believer.
I'm pulling these receipts out Monday night after the game. Even Tudo in Palermo, Italy believes.
All right. Hey, Lou.
Later, bro. Good night, guys.
Have a good one, bro.
Yo, Lou.
Andrew Thomas, though, he's an MVP in the offense.
You want to do the game tomorrow night, Patriots and Falcons, or you want me to?
Oh, no. Go ahead. Have at it. I got a lot of shit to do tomorrow.
That's why I asked.
All right.
I'll pop in and help you out for a little bit. So
that works.
Take your bathroom breaks and all that. But Yeah, we going 11-6 though, fellas.
No bing bong around here, Ash Money. It's bubble bong. That's what we do.
That's right. And we going 11-6. I want to see 11-6 in the chat. Tudo started it off. We got
Man, there's so many 11-6s in the chat, man.
Is it 11? Oh, here we go. Yeah, everybody put the 11-6 in the chat. Put those 11-6s in the chat. If we pull it out on Monday, I'm gonna become a believer. Like Max said, I'm gonna feel the same way because we could beat the Bucks.
We could beat anybody on that schedule.
We could beat anybody on that schedule, including Dallas.
Yep,
including the Chargers.
Well,
including the Bears.
Did
he really?
11-6, boy, my nigga. You all right?
There you go. No, hey! You said 6 and 11.
Hey!
You dirty than the motherfucker for that.
Shout out to Josh Cologne in the chat. What's going on, Josh?
What's going on, Josh?
What up, Josh?
Oh, yeah, it's almost midnight, Pat. We've been going for 3 hours. I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm finna cut out myself, man. I'd like to thank all you guys for coming on tonight. Got my first troll tonight. That's crazy.
Hey, that's between you two.
So I got a troll before you did. Remember my troll on my live stream? No, you had that wasn't your first troll. You had that racist dude.
Oh yeah. But he disappeared. He disappeared. This one kept coming back. Yes.
Remember, I had one of my very first live stream I ever did, man. That dope was tearing me up, man.
Yeah.
Man. Even though I still ain't got no problem with the dude, just show some respect, man. That's all
have some class about yourself. Yeah. That's all.
Don't gotta be a dickhead.
I don't know why he's been doing it. My past 2 streams he's been on. He's been doing that. I don't understand it. Like I said, I can invite him to come back on at any time, as long as he just chills out. Like I told him, just not tonight because the juju with him was just too off. I was like, shoot, just come back the next stream. I got you. Then he started all that trolling crap. I was like, man, you gotta do that.
Juju was not on that beat.
There you go. That's right,
fellas,
11-6.
Man, we got a busy schedule this whole weekend coming up. Me and Joe have to have at least a good 40 hours of YouTube a week, at least.
Oh my
Feels
God.
like it, yeah.
That's crazy.
Putting in that work, baby.
You guys are putting in that
something I
hard
love
work.
to do, and I don't care about doing it. It's something I love to do, and that's a great thing.
Having the dedicated people that come back, every night and be here with us. I mean, that does. It makes me feel great that people want to hear my opinion or my view, and we can chat it up and answer questions. And
yeah, Authentic always does a pregame show before every.
Yeah, he does the parlay. I think it is.
On the
Yes.
Thursday show. Yep, I tune in every time. Oh, I'm supposed to be on Authentic's Overreaction Monday that's coming up after. Well, I don't know.
It's gonna be on Tuesday.
Is he gonna
right?
do it on Monday? Is he gonna do? Yeah, Authentic. Are you gonna do it on Monday or are you gonna do it on Tuesday? That's a good question.
We're gonna do it live after the game, and I'm coming on with receipts.
Yeah, you gonna have to let me know, Authentic. Are you still gonna do it even though we play Monday night?
You better drop me a link. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, Tone.
6 and 11.
Drop me a link, Authentic.
It's like 6
Probably be the following week.
Okay, cool. Well,
So I
I
can
will be
come in
on
and
whenever the next Overreaction Monday is. I'll be on that show.
We gotta get the
Hopefully it'll be
beard
after
on here
a victory.
sometime too.
Riggs.
I mean, the beard, man. I don't know. I think the beard be busy as hell, man.
Yeah, the beard is gonna be pretty time.
But the beard is kind of coming to the chat a few times.
The beard is a football. Washington football team fan, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
He's already ripped that team a bunch too over the past few weeks.
He actually looks like Fitzpatrick a little bit.
It's tragic, bro. It's tragic.
All right, Authentic, no problem, bro. Just let me know and I'll show up, man.
Beard is down whenever.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
love
do
to have
want
him
to say
on.
this to you while you're still in the chat. He does. He does look like Fitzpatrick. I would love to have you on one of my Friday film sessions, Authentic. I think that would be dope. I would love to go through some film with you on one of the Fridays whenever you can make it. I know you be in the studio a lot, so let me know what days or what time you can come on, and I'll try to work around to where we can be on one of those together, because I would love to break down some film of Daniel Jones with you, because I love the way you just tell it like it is, and you have facts to back up.
I'd love to be able to be on the stream with
say.
Authentic. He's been one of the guys I've been wanting to be on the stream with and just chop it up.
Authentic, man, you're more than welcome to drop in on a Thursday if you want. I'm calling the game, or Monday. You know, Saturdays I do a 12-hour stream on college football. And I talk college football guys. I get Jeff and Pat stops in, Max stops in, Lou, Zion, Taj. We all do.
Thank you, Levance.
And I'd love to have you come on, chop it up with us for an hour or so.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be able to be on the game Monday night stream, Jeff, or are you gonna be with your family?
No, I might not even be able to be on the stream on Sunday, because I'm going to my dad's house that day, and I got to pack and everything. So I don't even know if I might just be able to drop by that day. I'm gonna be on the road all Monday, so I'm gonna be out.
Okay. Okay, well, safe travels, bro. If I don't see you, well, I'll see you Friday. So
yeah, no, I'll be for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sunday, I'm not sure yet. I'll let you know.
Okay, well, man, just safe travels to your family,
yes.
man. May you be blessed, and all y'all be blessed.
Be with you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate
11 and 6 be with you, Jeff.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
6 and 11.
Blasphemy. Blasphemy.
Yeah, we go 6 and 11. Somebody's getting fired. I'll tell you that, man.
Somebody getting fired. Shit, a lot getting fired if we go 6 and 11.
No, watch John Mara will give Jason Garrett an extension. He'll probably reward him.
Because that means we lost 5 games with
MetLife gonna get cooked at that.
That's right. Dave Gettleman gets fired, and Adam Gase is going to get hired. I'm telling you.
Oh God, Adam Gase.
Bill
O'Brien.
One question before I shut it off. Did you guys like the way I brought the articles into it?
Yes, I did like that. Because now other people are seeing what we've been talking about, Pat. These guys have to be watching our stream. They have to be. There's no excuse for it, because it's not brought up until we start bringing it up for 3 or 4 streams, and then all of a sudden there's an article about that crap. Yeah,
that's right.
Y'all are watching this one. You know what? I want my goddamn money. Goddamn.
That's what I was going to say. I want to put a copyright on somebody.
Joel, they've been watching your singing and your dancing too.
That's right. Shake that ass, bitch.
Just the way you said it, it's so great. Shake that ass, bitch.
That's right.
That was like the stern. Shake that ass.
I don't want no goddamn Electric Avenue. I want Wiggly and Squirmy.
I don't want no Electric Avenue.
The way you said it, she had no choice but to shake.
The way I said it.
That's right. Popping something.
Your new name is Baby Powder.
Joel, you are amazing.
Well, all right. On that note, man, I'm finna shut down the stream. We've been on this for 3 hours. Y'all always find a way to keep me on here for 3 hours.
That's why I shut it down at 2.
Everybody
was mad at me last week when I was like, all right, we've been on 2 hours. I'm getting off.
If you guys get a chance to check out Max NFC's roundup, I popped on with him for about an hour. We chopped it up there. If you guys get a chance to just watch it.
That was great.
Good stuff. Thank you very much for having me on the stream.
I gotta go check my subscription to you, man, because I don't be getting your notifications, man. YouTube be pissing me off with that.
Yeah, bro. I finally got Max notification this time.
On there, bro.
I mean, if I'm not there live, guys, I'm rewatching the video. Trust me, I'm there. At least giving you views.
11 and 6 in the hell out your chat, like I do to everybody else.
It's like somebody 11 and 6s in this chat is ridiculous.
116.
Right.
Yeah, that's Juju.
On that note, we get ready to end it, and we're gonna end it like this. Smoke logo.